in a congregation of 4 people, blocking the entire fucking path, knowing that other people need to get the fuck around to go to the other classrooms to get their child.
This
fucks me off.
This is like my number one most hated thing.
And it got worse yesterday. In the fucking pouring rain, this gaggle of people was stood in the way again, while there was a mother holding like a baby carrier in one hand, holding an umbrella in the other hand, and she was trying to get through this group of people. And did they move a fucking inch? Did they fuck? Almost lost my shit, but once you lose your shit with people outside of school, that's taken away in a straitjacket type territory.
Panda's right, especially in front of the entrance to a metro station or something like this. Like, come on, move a little.
Or a bar.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of the way.
I was up in St Pancras on the way to the toilet, and on the way back outside Boots, the corridor kind of twists round. For some reason, 4 people had clustered on that corner, so everyone was having to divert around this conversation, and they were taking up space. Everyone's kind of bottlenecking around this bit, and I don't say anything. I just roll my eyes and tut. But I really feel, Jeremy, I should say to them, what the fuck do you think you're doing? You can be indecisive off to the side.
Yeah, be indecisive in the corner. Am I the arsehole for mentioning my best friend's former crush on me in a speech at his wedding? I, F27, met one of my best friends, Christian, M26, during our freshman year of high school. From 2013 to 2016, Christian had pretty serious unrequited feelings for me. However, he eventually got over me. In early 2018, Christian met Victoria, F29, at a bar. They started dating after 2 weeks, got engaged in late 2021, and the wedding happened yesterday night. It was honestly a great time. Plus, Victoria and I honestly had a pretty decent relationship. Note, had. I got up eventually to give a speech for Christian. Why? I talked about how we first met, and how great of a person Christian was. I jokingly mentioned how Christian had the hots for me. But that didn't matter, because he'd found his soulmate. Most of the crowd laughed, and I could even see Christian smiling for a second before seeing Victoria's confused face. However, at our hotel, one of my other best friends told me that she had heard gossip that Victoria was really upset with me. Apparently, Victoria genuinely had no issue with Christian's feelings, but felt it was inappropriate to mention them at a wedding. I sincerely intended no harm with my actions. Maybe I didn't read the room. Am I the arsehole?
Here's an idea. Don't make the wedding all about you. Overwhelmingly, the poll said that that person was the arsehole.
I'm not going to disagree. For once. Arsehole.
Boom. In order to produce the best coffee, all the input parts, and it's the same like if you're making a Byron burger. I've got the Byron burger book, and the way the guy said it was like, in order to make the best burger, he went, all the ingredients have to be good, and the process has to be right. So like any lean process, you need to you have a little nap.
That didn't stop.
Lay down my pretty. Yeah, so you're going to work out how the beans are, what beans are. Somebody actually does a little spritz of water onto the beans so that it retains more of the ground beans, and less of them kind of get ground in the grinder, as it were. So, yes, I am going to become one of those terrible pricks. Someone get Jez a duvet. Am I the arsehole?
Absolutely.
For refusing to let my husband's mum nap in my room?
I'm going to stop you there.
Please.
No.
My husband's mum moved in with us a week ago. The minute we were informed she was going to move in till her house gets renovated, we've emptied a room specifically for her. It has everything. A bed with a frame, curtains.
What?
Like this level of luxury, Jeremy.
A bed with a frame?
And curtains. She was thrilled with it. One day, I came home and found her in my bedroom, sleeping in mine and my husband's bed. She told me she took a nap on the bed and lost track of time. Since then, she started talking about how she loved the nap there and started hinting wanted to take naps in the bedroom from now on.
Why?
She ate all the porridge as well. I kept ignoring her comments till my husband sat me down and told me that his mum really liked and got used to napping in our bedroom, and we should just let her have her daily afternoon nap in our room. I said, absolutely not. I told him his mum is being ridiculous because she has a whole room upstairs to herself. He got upset and said I was making his mum feel uncomfortable and unwelcome.
She's got a whole room. How much more welcome can she get?
I said no. He called me selfish and mean for saying no and preventing his mum from feeling comfortable at his house. But I reminded him that I pay the full mortgage on the house. This is going to end well. He's refusing to speak to me till I agree. That old chestnut. Throw the whole man away. Am I the arsehole for choosing this hill to die on, as he says? Am I being difficult?
No.
Not the arsehole. None of us here would be happy, I think, to find our mother-in-law in our bed.
You've been provided an entire fucking room with a bed with a frame. Sleep in your own fucking bed. Not the arsehole.
By the arsehole for not eating steak that wasn't cooked like how I asked. Sentence needs fencing, but
to death.
But you get the idea. I went on a trip with some friends recently, and each of us took turns cooking on various days. My friend made everyone garlic steak and potato wedges. Don't know why my voice went up for steak. I prefer to order my steak medium, as I get grossed out by too much redness.
Okay.
But when I eat in a non-professional, and a non-professional chef is cooking, I order my steak medium well, because I find that most non-pro chefs tend to undercook it. Long story short,
Too late.
my steak comes, and it's definitely medium rare, if not straight up rare. I asked him to throw mine back on the stove for a couple of minutes, and he refused to do so, telling me that he should cook it. That he cooked it like it should be eaten.
Oh, fuck this shit.
Yeah. So I gave mine to my boyfriend and made a sandwich and chips. My friend called me an arsehole in front of everyone because I refused to eat his food. Most others were on my side because I didn't get it like how I ordered. But a couple were on his side and said I should have powered through, and raw steak isn't that bad.
Not the arsehole.
I agree. If you are cooking the steak and somebody gives you their preference, don't turn around and say, I've heard your preference, but actually
I'm going to ignore
you're
it.
wrong. They are definitely not the arsehole.
No.
Am I the arsehole if I refuse to debaptize my aunt?
Update. Apparently, neither the baptism of my brother nor the priest itself were legitimate. The dude is not even registered as a priest and is just someone she found online.
The priest that she got was a fake priest.
Yes. She basically kidnapped her nephew, took him to a dodgy backstreet fake fucking priest, and had him chuck some water on him. I now baptize you in the name of... What's he called again? I baptize you in the name of Jesus. Why did the fake priest insist on paperwork?
Listen, I'm going to need a receipt for this.
Since the baptism does not have any real effect on my brother, she sees this as an easy solution to get her sister off her back.
Yes.
Do you know what's another good way of getting your sister off your back? Telling her to fuck off.
Does that make the witch baptism any less real? Do you know what I mean? Because I love the idea that, like, our son's fine, but you might still be...
Yeah. Witches don't need to register, so you're still married to Satan. 5 is no longer baptized. No. Everybody's a winner. His name isn't 5. Yes, it is. Go back and read it right there in the parentheses. My brother, 5. That's his name. Also, good news is, my mother no longer wants me to debaptize my aunt. Hooray! And finally accepted that she is simply crazy. According to my grandfather, my aunt told the story of me baptizing her very different.
She came out with a skull-shaped pot with water. In the aunt's retelling of this, had she killed several of the family pets in a ritual sacrifice, danced around in the blood and entrails of the gerbils, she says to the grandmother, you would have died from shock. It's like, wow, definitely she's turned into a witch based on that account.
Despite all of the hilarious suggestions on how I could continue to scare my aunt, I will not do anything like that. I will just wait to see how things go from here. Don't get me started.
Don't get me started. Oh, shut your mouth. I couldn't help feeling I'm a little bit sluggish in my movements.
Yeah, it normally fixes itself quite quickly.
Yes.
And apparently it's only evident to us in our preview, not on the actual stream.
I meant to get rid of the...
You did mean to get rid of that pile of red, yeah.
Yeah, shall I get rid of it now?
Yeah. pile of red on the screen. Bye. There you go.
Can't have it behind me because I'm wearing more red because it's the summer, Jez. It's summery. It's our first time we've had windows so flagrantly. They don't smell very nice. Flagrantly open. Alex's party shirt.
It's a nice shirt. I like that one. Definitely prefer it to the other one. Not that I dislike the other one.
That's interesting.
I'm a big fan of solid pattern on solid colour.
I'm a big fan of it. This is my first choice. The other one, which is sitting over there, was like maybe also, and then Aletha and Amy just basically both went, oh yeah, that's amazing. So I don't know. I like both. This is the first time I've got it out of its super dry bag and ironed it, basically. So I'm happy. Yeah, this will get both of them are going to get a lot of summery use. I can tell you that now. I'm not living in the other one at the moment. It's so much fun. Also, it's been very summery, so as a result, I can get away with it, basically.
Yeah, I need to go shirt shopping, and because I'd like to wear a proper shirt to Wimbledon this year. And I'm going to Eastbourne on Thursday. It's probably too late to go shopping for that. Maybe I'll see if I can go shopping on Wednesday or something.
Get something done for Wimbledon. Yeah. Say the line, Bart. Welcome to wait, what the fuck was it? 164?
164.
Welcome to episode 164 of the Don't Get Me Started rant show. Wimbledon.
That's its full title. The Don't Get Me Started rant show.
The Don't Get Me Started. You shall not get them started.
It is not a Don't Get Me Started. It is the Don't Get
Do
Me
not
Started.
get them started. Well, we're going to start. We've got so many things.
Yeah. When are you dealing, Jez? Tomorrow! And literally moments ago, they messaged me to say I've got guaranteed entry, so I don't even have to get up early. Woo!
Yeah, you're going to Deal or No Deal.
I am. I don't know what choice I'm going to make, or whether that choice is even mine to make.
By the way,
you can bet your ass I'm going to shout one of those things at some point.
Question. Is this like...
There's only one question.
I don't know.
It's deal or no deal.
Yes, that's true. But will there be another question? Well, I have a question. Is this one of those shows, like The Price is Right or whatever the fuck, where the people in the thing are drawn from the audience, or is that not how it works?
That is not how it works.
That's
have you
a
not
pity.
watched Deal or No Deal?
Yeah, but I presume that they might have done that before.
Oh, right. No,
not live.
It is a pool of contestants drawn, but the people who go and play are the ones that open the boxes.
Yeah.
And so a new person goes in and...
But I didn't know whether when somebody comes... I didn't know whether it was drawn from the...
I don't know if they have some... the people who are going to join the pool later in the day are in the audience or something. That seems like a reasonable thing to do, but...
I'm sort of amazed that Deal or No Deal is still a thing. Because it feels like something that should have its lifespan.
It had a lifespan, and it stopped, and then it was brought back last year.
I see.
It's not as good as it used to be.
I mean, what's changed?
And I'm probably going to tell them that it's not as good as it used to be. They reduced the number, the value amounts, the money that you could win. And while on the surface...
Was it 200,000, 500,000?
It was 250,000, the top number.
Okay.
The top number is 100,000 now. So...
What was the top number, sorry?
100,000.
Oh, okay.
Which is quite a reduction. And while I'm okay with, giving pricks less money, that's not the part that bothers me. It changes the dynamic of the game, because then all of the offers are completely different. And, yeah. There's probably a whole science behind it, a whole game theory thing. But the game is completely different now than it used to be. And I was very much a big fan of the original Noel Edmonds Deal or No Deal.
That original version of it was... I remember I first saw Deal or No Deal when I was in France, when I was on one of my kind of immigration stayovers, which I did many, and it was in French. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? No, I just didn't...
Was it their version in French, or was it our version dubbed?
It was their version in French,
right,
and it was just a French dude going, oh, c'est incroyable, c'est 2100. And you're like, I don't know what he's talking about. And then he goes, and then I'm like, the fuck is going on? And he's like, oh, no, mon Dieu. And I'm like, why's he getting... He's opened a box and he's well fucked off about something. I honestly didn't know for ages.
That's what the show should be called. He's opened a box and he's well fucked off about something.
I was so confused about it. And I was like, this is probably some stupid French thing where they make up nonsense. And then I saw it with Noel Edmonds, like giving it all the, oh God, oh no, 100,000, terrible.
You've absolutely got to keep the 250. No, there's the 250.
What I love is when they kind of talk about what they want to open because of some sort of superstition.
They've got a system.
I've got a system, Noel. I've got a system. It's like, okay, what's that? It's like, well, it's giving my dad's birthday, my dad's birthday, and my card CVV number and the entire of my credit card. And I'm like, that would be amazing.
That would be funny.
That would be so good if someone actually said that, even though they were going to. But they all have these things like, well, my nan died on the 5th, and my dog has 4 legs, so I'm going for 9. And I'm like,
There are people like that, and there are the people who like feel like they can get vibes from the boxes to know whether it's a big number or a small number.
And when they open it and it is like good, they're like, that was her, that was my nan giving me that. Thank you very much, Nan. She's still watching down. She's still looking down at me. She wouldn't want me to deal. She wouldn't. She's not a dealer. She wouldn't. She'd say no deal.
I mean, apart from drugs, obviously, that's what got her banged up
Yeah.
and then eventually stabbed in prison. But
Yeah.
she's not a dealer in terms of making a deal.
Where's that French guy when you need him? To translate my wonderful French.
Into something else involving penises.
J'aime les grands dicks. le dick grand, certainement. Plus de grand dick. I don't know. We don't need that guy. We don't need that guy. I can be racist on my own, right? Well, not on this stream, but you know. Anyway, actually, he wasn't being racist, was he? No,
He was being homophobic.
He was being homophobic. Yeah,
Yes.
that's true, right?
I mean, we didn't give him a chance to progress.
No.
He probably could have been racist a little bit
Clonk
later
it. Listen, as far as I'm concerned, you know, they're all purposes, or you know, haters. They're going to hate on everything, and not in the fun way that we
Not
do.
in the
Jeremy.
haters
No.
going to hate kind of way. No.
Très bon.
No, yeah. So looking forward to that. Looking forward to some tennis at Eastbourne on Thursday.
Nice.
A very busy week,
New balls.
and then we're off to Wimbledon. It's not next week, is it? It's the week after.
Le 9 de juillet.
It's tennis, mate, not Nerf.
C'est un mardi.
I'll only get Mardi if they don't let us in. Or
No, that's true, but they will
confiscate
let us
the wine
in.
or something.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. You know, Hap for Wimbledon. It's like the only place I bought tickets for that doesn't charge a stupid admin fee or
Bloody
some
love
kind
it.
Hmm.
of nonsense crap. It's like, how much is the ticket? £100. How much am I paying? £100. I'm like, this is weird. And
Also, it's not so. It's just like a round number as well. You know, 50, 100.
yeah.
Incidentally, you know how I said that I can look up tickets and blah 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 because I didn't get into the ballot and I can go through this stuff. And one of these days, Jeremy, I said to you, they'll have someone Centre Court come up, and later that night, Centre Court Saturday came up. But I did not buy them because they were £275 each, and I did not need. I felt to contact you to say, shall we spend £275 watching the women's final? To be clear,
The problem is if you'd have asked me, I probably would have gone yes, and then
I
immediately
know.
regretted it. So
The
you did save me from myself. Thank you.
and moi aussi.
I'd have been like, yeah, okay.
Take my money. The thing was, we just bought tickets to see the Bears playing the Jaguars in October, and it's interesting, really.
Which on the surface didn't cost all that much.
No,
Until the Ticketmaster got involved and threw their massive admin fee into it.
cunts.
Like, how much do you think the admin fee was? And if I've actually told you, you're not allowed to answer.
You're not allowed to guess.
Like, how much do you think the 5 tickets to go and see the Bears and Jaguars?
Mm.
You know, irrelevant the caliber of ticket. How much do you think the admin fee was that they charged?
Do you know what? While they're thinking about that, I think that's going to be an excellent game.
I think so too.
You know how like you look ahead at these games and you're not too sure what's going. I think this is the Bears' year.
I'm completely in agreement with you.
I'm really looking forward to it. Bears fighting Jaguars sounds far more dramatic than I suspect it is. Also, Bortles! Where is Bortles now? Where the fuck?
I think he retired last year.
Blake Bortles.
Spent time as the backup in San Francisco for a while.
Bortles.
Same as the tickets. I mean, it's not too far off. Will actually that guess?
Yeah. What was it?
It was the admin fee was £60, and then there was some other small other. We're gonna get more money out of you because we're cunts charge of £2. So it was £62 of fees
on top of the tickets.
Just tell us what it is. But yeah, what it turned out was that I didn't know that Crowded House, one of my most favourite bands, are touring, because I saw they were playing somewhere. I'm like, oh, that's strange. They're playing in Manchester on this day. I wonder if they're playing somewhere else. Oh, they're playing on Brighton here. They're doing a tour. Oh, they've got a new album out. And all these things that I kind of reverse found out, as it were. So we were looking to go to that on the Friday before on the Saturday before the Bears game, the day before. Da Bears! But it turned out that myself and Aletha were already, that was the weekend we'd already going to go and see Starlight Express. And because we were going to see Starlight Express, we'd also got tickets to see Mincemeat, which is apparently an amazing musical, very popular at the moment. I've been going on about it. So we've had to switch Crowded House to Friday. So now we're going to go to the O2 to see Crowded House on the Friday. Mm-hmm. They're going to see Mincemeat for a matinee. They're going to see Starlight Express in the evening. And the following day, we're going to go and see the Bears play the Jags. Can you imagine this weekend? Crowded House, Starlight Express, NFL.
It does sound
pretty
epic.
Me!
I'm excited for just one of those things.
It's
so
just...
the fact that you're doing loads is pretty
and so
awesome.
What was weird was while you were trying to get tickets for the Bears, and we were all trying to get it in various different ways, and we eventually got it, and the money that went out for that was the same day I was also discovered that I could kind of potentially get those like £275 tickets. And I'm like, and of course, because I know we'd also paid for the O2, I'm like, I don't think I have that money left.
And so, I guess it would have been, if there'd have been ultimate disappointment of like, we couldn't get tickets for Bears Jaguars, you would have immediately gone, fear not.
Yeah.
I have a backup.
If we hadn't have got Bears tickets, we'd have been going to see Women's Final Day in Centre Court. It's actually at the moment quite easy for me to get tickets. Unfortunately, none of the ones I want to see. I'm not against seeing the invitational doubles finals or whatever, but I mean,
it's basically what we saw last year, wasn't it? And it was fun, but also I wouldn't want to be there on kind of final day.
And hearing the crowd from across Centre Court,
even if I'm not there, I want to watch the final. So yeah. Now I would like to try and get some, as I mentioned to you, some tickets for like the first couple of days to just go in the grounds and poodle around the lower courts, because there's so much going on the first couple of days. But don't know how likely that is, because they sell all their tickets, and it's only if some prick goes, oh, actually, I forgot I was washing my dog that day.
What is amazing, you know how I'd said like maybe we'll be able to get Centre Court tickets, and like someone will send them back, and they do, because there's so many, and there's always someone who's just like, oh no, my goodness, that's the same day like I'm doing this, that, and the other, like saying, and I'm like, oh well, great. I don't think, I was saying to Aletha the other day, I don't think I've ever bought something and gone, oh shit, no, that's my grand's fucking birthday or whatever, or something like that. There's always some family. It's like, oh no, but we've got to go because it's my second cousin twice removed's wedding renewal vows.
Even me, somebody who forgets literally everything, I've never managed to do that. It's always no, I have to do that instead, and you know that far enough in advance. And if they didn't have that date booked in before you book the tickets, then fuck them. Don't care who they are, family or not. Yeah,
like no. So lots of things planned. Really looking forward to it, and yeah.
Very exciting month coming.
It's the fourth year this year that I'll have been going in a row going to Wimbledon.
Nice.
I've never gone, and then suddenly 4 in a row. And so I'm really hoping every year I can just kind of keep it going, even if I have to pick up those £50
just to go to the
Friday invitational wheelchair championships kind of thing. It sounds like I'm taking the mick. I'm not at all. We watched wheelchair doubles or whatever it was.
We did. We watched the wheelchair doubles quarters or semis last year when we went, and it was like
shit me.
Like fair play. I don't know how you managed to do that. Like, I'm tired watching you. That's incredible work.
Yeah. So it's just like, it's good, but what I want to see is like Cam Norrie play Andy Murray or Nadal play Federer or whatever. You know, that's what I want.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Are we? This is happening.
Yeah, better, because loads of people have said things.
Loads of people have dropped some things, haven't they? So, all right, here's the sting. This is fucking happening, y'all.
Yes.
In a world filled with haps and naps, 2 men have risen above to bring you. This is happening.
And as you may have heard, Alex has gone to get his sweets, and not just because he's a massive sugar fiend and wanted to shove them in his face, but because it will constitute
his first hap.
Yes, because we went to the fun day, as I think other people have. Did Will say fun day?
He did say hap, the mask.
Yeah, fun day.
Fun day. I think
Fun
that
day
was
on
the exact
Sunday, which
wording.
was Aletha's B day. But we went along there mainly because Aletha was running it, as well as being in it. So
Well,
yeah,
I went because my daughter was performing in it. But,
yes,
and because there was promise of yeeting wet sponges at Duncan's face.
yes, which we've also seen, and we'll go through it in a minute. But I think Tamsin said she did hurl wet sponges at Duncan.
She did, and she hit him square in the face.
Boom.
And I took a photo.
Wonder what we were all thinking the moment that those sponges hit Duncan's face. I wonder if there was some sort of vitriolic curse that.
I mean, there was certainly a reason behind launching them at his face.
Perhaps we can clear that up. Maybe.
Yeah, it was. That's it.
Ah, yes, that's
Yes.
why we did it. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Duncan is a cunt, so we must punt.
He
sponges
needs
at
all the
his
water
face.
he can get if he falls in that lava.
And I'm pleased to announce that I hit Duncan in the head with a sponge.
Oh, really?
Yeah, not the one that was in the stocks though.
Ah. Oh, well.
Directly in the head.
Nice. Good work. That's hard to do.
Was not pleased. Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised I was able to target something so
So
minuscule,
So infinitesimally tiny.
but that's how good a shot I am.
That's the kind of jokes we do here. Terrible, basic shit. But I loved it. Yeah, and I won the guess the amount of sweets in the jar game, which I will never stop going on about, mainly because I've won this on several occasions in various fates. I should go round from fate to fate. I'm just really good at guessing how many things are in a thing.
I mean, what's the resale value of a pot of sweets? Could you profit on this, perhaps?
It cost me 50p to play,
Okay.
and
Is,
there's probably about, maybe there's about,
pound.
I don't know. If you buy them in a bag, though, do you know what I mean? Maybe a couple of quid. But anyway, yeah. Oh, you were the one who got him in the dick.
Knew it.
Yeah, so now, Hap, I guessed how many, and I got it exactly
I was gonna
right.
say, not only did you get it in the ballpark, you hit it on the fucking button,
Yeah.
which is very
I
impressive.
basically just went, oh, it looks like there's about 8 layers of 7. I know that's hard to do with sweets of different sizes and stuff like that. That's about 56, 60, let's call it. Oh, actually, it looks like there's a bit more than that. Let's round up to early 70s, 73. Bomb. Exact is cool. And I just, lost my shit, and I can't stop telling everyone about it. I don't actually need a sweet now. I was just there to show off, really. Parma Violets, that can get fucking thrown away. Do you like Parma Violets?
Not particularly.
Okay, well.
I mean, I think Karis might like Parma Violets, or someone will like them. Yeah.
Jeebs.
Yeah.
I saw it. Even Mrs. the Singer tipping the bucket over him. Yeah, as is tradition, he got like a Super Bowl, a Super Bowl,
goal!
a Super Bowl coach's like Gatorade style kind of
Oh yeah.
drenching at the end of it, basically.
I mean, 'tis the season for Super Goal and Top Bin and all of that.
Oh
so-
yeah, absolutely. Have you been watching any of the?
Of course I
football?
haven't. I
Of
don't
course,
watch.
of course you
bullshit.
haven't. Of course you haven't. Well, we haven't been that good, but we are succeeding, so that's good.
Yeah, I didn't fathom that. I did hear some of the scores. It was like, oh, England lost. Oh, England lost again. And then it's like, well, they're top of their group. I'm like, how?
Yeah. Well, we've won.
Did
out-
everybody lose?
No,
It's
we've
like,
won and we've drawn.
Oh.
They just don't. People just don't like them playing as mediocrely.
Nobody likes mediocre play.
No. But the bottom line is, if you're winning, even though
Well, they're not. They're drawing.
well, they win one. But if you're winning in a draw and you're winning the top of your group, then you're
the whole group
succeeding.
is shit, and they should just relegate everybody from the competition.
It doesn't look good for when it gets through to the next round, certainly. But anyway,
Mm.
they taste like old lady net curtains, or at least what I think they would taste like. Yes, yeah, I don't know. I got a friend of mine at work that loves Parma Violets. They're kind of lavendery, and I don't.
I had a Parma Violet cider once. It was not very nice.
No.
It just tasted like chemical, basically.
I think Jessica also hit Duncan in the ballpark.
Yes, I do believe. I do believe that's the case. And she went before me, so
Is there an entrance fee for the festival? For the fun day? No.
There was not. No,
it was free.
It was all raising money for the charity
Mm.
that put on all of the singing groups
I
in the
like-
community.
I like Parma Violets, says Tamsin. Of course, because she wants to prove once again
Again,
that
she does like some.
we
some
don't like the same things,
Yeah.
which is strange.
Well, there you go. Fish them out, and I'll drop them round to Tamsin.
Okay, I'll do that.
Do it on the way home.
I mean, I was going to take him round to. I was going to take him into work, but I will take him to work. But yeah, I think I might have to take one. Oh, who gives a fuck? They're just like 5p. You can have them all. Right.
And to be fair, there is a delivery that was made.
Maybe there's some food in this.
There might be some food in this. I don't know what this is. This is a delivery.
Do you want to do that now, or did you want to finish this? This is happening. Bullshit.
I don't know. Let's ask Tamsin. When should I open this, Tamsin?
When shall we three open
Is there
this?
a particular segment that you would like me to open it in, or shall we open it now?
It's quite exciting the way you're spinning that around.
Do you like that?
You like that?
Maybe I've, missed my calling as one of those sexy girls on The Price is Right.
Yeah, you have missed them. Okay, presents are hap. Let's open it up. Open the box. Open.
Right.
Now, what do you expect? Okay,
let's open the card first.
Oh yeah.
It says Jez. You can't see that. For DGMS. That's now.
Very excited.
It's not my birthday or anything, and just point that out.
It will be soonish.
It will be soonish. 2 months away, but
We can celebrate it when we go to Cardiff.
right. Yes, I'm seeing. Oh, right. I'm seeing the pattern here. There's dogs on the card. Each one has been labelled with its breed, and then relabelled by Tamsin with parentheses VGB
What, on all of them?
on every last fucking one of them.
Christ.
I don't
This is actually, do you know what's really... I was thinking the other day maybe we should do a quiz about what dog breeds are what and see how well you do. But now this is going to give you all the answers.
Well, there you go. I can swat up. Yeah, we'll do that during Positivity Month. Remember, I don't have to be nice about dogs today because it's still June.
Yeah.
Next week, it beginneth.
Oh, that's cute. These dogs are pretty cute.
What insufferable message has she written?
Shall I
on
read
the
it to you?
inside? You can read it to me.
Yeah.
Why not?
Dear Jez, you fucking cunt.
That's me.
Here is a little something to help you stay positive during Positivity Month. Good luck. We're sure you'll make a great dog lover and help a lot of VGBs. Tamsinaki, and then a little paw print, and then a PS, go fuck yourself.
Sounds consistent. Yeah. Okay. And so I'm led to
I
believe.
hope that's a sausage roll, because I really
it
want
does
one
look
right now.
like a sausage roll, actually.
Can you imagine if it's a sausage roll, Jez? I would be loving that shit.
Or a hot dog, perhaps.
Oh, hot dog!
It does feel like it's in like a hot dog bun. Yeah, one is led to believe that it's probably dog related. So,
Well, does anybody want to guess what it is? I mean, maybe it's a big bone, maybe a squeaky bone.
Big
Does
bone.
it feel like you can squeeze it?
it does.
Do.
You said big bone.
I did say that.
It does. It is squeezy. Yes.
Is it gonna?
As it smashes, like in my hands.
Yeah. It turns out it was just like really fragile, like sugar spun.
It was an actual dog, a tiny little dog, and I just crushed its skull.
Okay, crack it open. I love opening things on that stream. So if you want to send us stuff,
It's a T-shirt.
well, that's going to be a good segue, isn't it? It's purple. You like purple?
I do like purple.
Throw it on the ground. In the words of
I
Lonely
took
Island.
it and threw it on the ground.
I like dogs.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
That's normally how I react to things. I like dogs, and you're never going to tell me otherwise.
I'm
Dogs
going
are
to
so...
wear this next week, and I probably have to wear it every week. Oh my God. Look at this.
I love dogs.
Oh my-
I love dogs.
Oh, Tamsin, you spent money on this. Jesus Christ.
Oh, yeah, that's good. I love it. It's purple. That's nice. It looks like your size as well.
Yes, it is my size.
That's really good. That's super cute. I love it.
Yeah. I'm extra large in case anybody would like to buy me a not dog related T-shirt. Just
I love dogs. I love every kind of dog. I just want to hug all of them.
Right, that doesn't need to be there this week. I can look like a cunt next week. There you go.
More of a cunt. That's amazing. What a very kind gift.
Oh,
Thank
it's
you
a
very
large.
much.
Oh, well, it looks like it's fine.
L for love.
I'm also losing weight.
Now, also, we can see which dogs they are. So this one here, which is like Lady from Lady and the Tramp, is not appearing
I'm
on
going to
this
stop
card.
you there. I can identify every one of them right now. Ready?
Yes.
Cunt.
I knew this.
Cunt. Cunt. Oh, hang on. This one's a bit more. Cunt.
Oh, not that one. That's actually looks like a
Cunt with a bone necklace.
Yorkshire Terrier.
And cunt with a bow.
It's hard to. I mean, even with the clue, I don't think I'm very good at dogs.
They're all cunts. How are you XL when I'm L? Because I've had a very gluttonous start to 2024, Harmstone. It may be that...
Time to gain all the weight so it doesn't.
Yeah.
Very close to this mic.
New larges are probably fine, but my old T-shirts do not fit me.
Do you know what? I have to say, I think if I kind of would love a golden retriever. I mean, I'm not going to get one, obviously, but I think the golden retriever looks really cool. It looks just so happy and dumb at the same time.
Of all the dogs, the golden retriever is probably one of the
It just looks so
least cunty of them all.
Maybe we should do rate. Maybe we should have a dog.
We'll do one of those
A dog.
dog rating things, the tiering.
Oh, that's a good idea. I was going to suggest you did a World Cup of dogs.
Oh, we could. I mean, we could just rock that up on a random weekend.
Yeah.
We were going to do a World Cup over the 4 weeks, weren't we? Do it in like stages.
Oh yeah.
So that it didn't take up the entire thing.
Pomeranian. That's cute. Hello.
That's the end of that.
Welcome to Don't Get Me Started. Lots of things we're going to talk about, other than things where you've sent us stuff or sweets.
Well, speaking of T-shirts, actually,
Yes.
I'm proud to announce that this weekend I finally actually opened the equipment that I spent lots of money on
Yes.
to make T-shirts, and I am wearing the first successful T-shirt printed by me. And Karis, she helped me because I fucked up the first two. So yeah, I've got my nice design.
I
on the
didn't
front
know
there.
this was what it was going to be like. So you make the kind of... Is it always got to be writing, or could it be
Could be
like
anything.
any design?
Yeah, I mean, for the vinyl, pardon me, the vinyl printing that I do, it needs to be some kind of like solid thing. And you can layer multiple colors,
Right.
But you would print each layer separately and sandwich them all up.
Okay.
But yeah, I went with writing to begin with, and then a logo on the back.
Oh, yeah. It says, you can't quite see it, it says just 5 guys on it. I'll talk, yeah. You go now, go down, 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 down. There you go. And if you were to straighten up but put your head back, you'll probably be able to... There you go. Just 5 guys. It does look a lot of fun to be doing.
5 guys. All 5 of them.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm quite
who I
happy
saw
with that.
when I was in Japan.
Yeah, I'm jealous about that. Like, Sonada's a sexy man. He's got very beautiful hair.
Oh, I think I know which one it was now. Sometimes I think I like dogs. Then I remember that sometimes they eat poop. So I'd rather like them from a distance.
Not only do they eat poop, they just do that everywhere, and you've got to pick it up.
A lot of effort.
As a human.
I'm not a big fan of owning the animals, but I like the idea of owning a cat or something like that. I mean,
cats aren't so bad.
The thing about it is that I wouldn't mind a dog. I'm not crazy about it. If I had one, I'd be okay with it, but Alita
I'd throw
definitely
your
doesn't
dog
want
out the
one.
window.
I threw that dog in the fucking creek.
Mm-hmm.
And then we probably would want a cat, but Alita is allergic. Like she is to everything outrageously. So no cats, no dogs. And also the other thing is that I'm a big fan of just leaving the house and doing whatever the fuck I want to do, which is why I don't have any dependence
That's
of any
the key.
type.
Yeah.
Do you know, I was at my fun day the other day and I chatted to this guy who I never met before. I went over to talk to someone new and they said, sit down, what's your name? Blah, blah, blah. And he was talking to me about everything. I must talk to him again. But he was just so talky, which I loved, but he was very inquisitive. And he was like...
Was he more talky than you, essentially?
I don't think he was more talky, but he was more... how do I say, inappropriately questioning. Like, so what he would be is like, where do you work? And I'm like, I work over at head office. And he goes, oh, right. How long have you worked there for? I've worked at that bit, blah, blah, blah. Are you going out with anybody? And I'm like, yes. what does she look like? Show me a picture. I was like, oh, she looks lovely. Yes, she is. And it's like, how long have you been going out for? And it went on like this for like, and I'm like, you really are asking.
It's like, you know, there's not going to be a quiz, right? Like,
literally every question. It was really, really strange. And he said, do you have children? I said, no. And he went, oh, why not? And I'm like, now at that point, I'm thinking,
that is a dodgy question to ask people.
right?
Yeah,
now he's a young guy.
Get
and
yourself in real trouble.
you
asking
can
that.
get into real trouble. I just like, can I get a GDPR on this person? He kind of just, he was such a likable person. And I'm always into the idea, if someone wants to talk, then yeah, let's talk. But it really felt like, as soon as he said, oh, you don't have kids, why not? And I said, I don't. I said,
Sterile.
listen, I can tell you lots. Do you want the fast interview version of this, or do you want the longer version of
Are you
this?
sure you didn't stumble into like a speed dating event? Or
It was
something?
really like that. Is he a spy getting away with it by pretending to be useless? He, I bet, yeah. Tell him a long-winded story about how I tried to have kids many times. In fact, it's a very sensitive subject, and I wish I hadn't brought it up. I really wish I had said that, but I did not. I just said, you know, I've come to a conclusion that I don't want them, and what I've discovered is my life is easier without them. So, but it would be hilarious if I'd have gone, actually, this is sticky. You know, we tried for many years, spent quite a lot of money on IVF, and I can't, and then like break down into tears and run off. Just cry a single tear.
It's an exit strategy. That's for sure.
I've got to remember that next time someone asks me that question. But he was just such a disarmingly delightful fellow. I wasn't in the mood to kind of like give him hell. But if he'd have been like a dickhead about it, I'd have been just like, oh, now let's bring out the big guns, the lies. But yeah, it's just really randomly asking me all these really personal questions. But I'm like, you think I'm not going to chat? I'm going to chat.
Chat's gonna chat.
Yeah. Do we have any other things? I mean, I know we were going through these
I know
things.
it's hard to scroll back up now. But,
Give them fuck.
you know.
Yeah, fun day was fun. Everything's fun. I got some sweets.
Yeah, life's going to be more fun in the next few weeks. That's what I'm saying. And not that it's not fun now. I've had a good couple of weeks, but
Notorious Jez.
oh yeah, that was it. Jeopardy has been recommissioned, and we've both applied. Said
You
Harmstone,
and-
me and Harmstone. Yes.
Have you? Interesting.
Yes, I may or may not have fucked up the entry quiz, so who knows whether I'll even be looked at. But yes,
So what about him? How many kids does he have?
7.
I haven't asked him that question. I felt I was being asked. I didn't get much of a
He
chance.
was being probed rather than being the probee.
Yeah, and then we kind of got into a conversation about something else, and it just never came back. But I
And he
will
was sore
find
from the
out.
Probing.
Yeah, I unfortunately have forgotten his name. Although at the time he told me, and I remembered it straight away. I think it's Raj. Actually, it's Raj.
Probably Dave.
And he said, and then he asked me. He's such a funny guy. I told him my name, and he said, "It's Alex, isn't it?" Like doing that bit where sometimes you have to remember someone's name, like you've been told, and it's gone immediately. And he said, "It's Alex."
Yeah, the politician thing to make it, you know, to make it clear that they've listened to you.
Yes.
Like,
And he said, "It's Alex," and I said, "Yes." And he said, "And you remembered that I'm Raj?" And I said, "I have. I remembered." And he went, "Good." And I really had. I heard him and it stored it, and I didn't lose it because I'm normally quite good at like that sort of thing. So I'm just like,
I am not.
so I just like, yeah, I said, I had to reassure him, I know your name. I know his name.
Nap, too bloody hot already. I assume you mean hot. Too bloody hot already. Do you know, I've been loving it as someone that enjoys the heat. I have been loving this week. Less so in the car that doesn't have air conditioning.
Oh yeah,
but-
mine too. Getting that fixed on Thursday,
But
hopefully.
unfortunately, that's the way life is.
Do you know, my friend at work, Amelie, she always goes on about how temperature is very important to her. In the office, she's like, oh, it's like glacial. It's like a tundra. It's always so cold. It's so cold. It's so cold. It's so cold. And then she's like, do you know what? It's just not hot enough around here. It's just not hot enough around here. It's just not hot enough. And I'm just
Welcome to the majority of people, especially in Britain.
and she's like, we haven't even had any summer yet. We haven't had any summer. We had no summer. And then we had this weekend. And she said, well, finally we've had summer. And that was too hot. And I'm like, oh.
Like it wasn't actually summer until last Wednesday. It was still spring. So I wouldn't have expected to have any summer until the actual summer.
I just like,
Shut the fuck up.
everything's so difficult. I just kind of like can't anymore. So.
But that is just British people all over, innit? It's like all winter. It's like, oh my god, it's so cold. I can't handle it. It's so horrible. I don't like it. And then it comes, oh my god, it's too hot. When's it getting cold again? Like, oh my god, you fucking goldfish. Could you remember what life was like when it was cold?
Do you know, He knows you know his name. He knows everything about you. If you want to find out about him, let's have him on here. I can sit right there. You can ask him every question you want. That'd be amazing. I have him on.
Here's Raj.
He's very
random
chatty.
guy.
He's bound to be a good person to have on the show. I'll ask him. Get him involved. Get him up here.
We don't really discriminate either. We'll have anyone on here.
No, exactly.
And we'll make the content from them, whether they just sit there saying nothing the entire time. We'll just take the piss out of them.
Remember when Harmstone came on?
Yeah, he wasn't a particularly good guest.
No.
But we made the most of it.
We made it good. You know?
That's what we do.
So much so that he came onto my channel as well, separately.
And he made us food, and we did a whole extra stream.
We give him far too much shit, really.
We gave him far too much airtime. That's what we did.
Maybe he'll come back and cook for us again. Not with this attitude. I have to say. That cunt came along. Hopefully he'll cook us food again.
I have to say, I've got a working oven now, so it probably does need to happen at some point.
Nap. I burnt my scalp on Sunday. Really?
Apparently so, yeah.
What on? On the sun?
On the sun, yeah. Yeah, that's the problem with, women with a parting. It exposes some scalp and it gets burnt because you can't really put sun cream on it.
I see.
Yeah. I mean, I burnt my arms a little bit, but being that I'm a G, it's already fucking tanned, isn't it? So, there you go.
Nice. I had a hat and kept reapplying suntan, so I'm totally white and pale, which I love. Yeah, you can fuck off right now. Oh, but isn't there a food that you want to demonstrate that you can make?
Like the one that you tried to make last time but couldn't because my oven was shit.
Yeah.
I think you've still got some convincing to do.
We've been talking about this every week.
Toad in the hole. Yeah.
When's he coming back, I say? And nobody knows. No, nobody knows.
Always welcome, at least in those fleeting moments.
No one's cooked me a toad in the hole since Harmstone.
I haven't had toad in the hole since Harmstone made one.
I think that might be the only... I mean, it wasn't the only time it's been cooked for me, but it feels like in someone's kitchen.
It's the only homemade toad in the hole I've ever had that wasn't just bought from Tesco, peel off the plastic and put it in the oven type one.
It needs a better name. It needs to be like a Harmstone in the hole. It needs to have a Harmstone related...
Harmstone in the hole.
Yeah. I don't know that I want to eat that.
Yeah. The harm in the stone, although it sounds like a remake of a Disney film.
If whoever can remove Harmstone from the batter becomes King of England. Only the rightful king.
Whoever can batter Harmstone becomes the King of England.
That seems reasonable.
Yeah.
Shall we move on from
this
is happening into something else that's happening?
Let's do it. Yeah. Would you like to maybe do the blippity blop?
Yeah, blippity blop.
Okay, let's do
blippity
the blippity blop.
Blippity blop, blippity blop, blippity blop. That sting. Just written in there. Blippity blop, blippity blop, blippity blop, blippity blop. Oh my god.
Now, I will allow you to introduce this, being as it was sent over your dashboard, or you found it, or whatever phrasing you'd like to say that it's all your fault.
Oh, the thing that I recorded?
No.
Not.
The thing that you told Aletha to send me so that I could not do anything about it, and then...
Well, she sent it to me, and I said, that looks good, let's just send it to Jez. I haven't really looked at it very much. I don't really understand it, or where Aletha got it from. Oh. But it seems like hey! Hello, Ayla Sadie Malakir, with a difficult to say full name. I'm just going to call you Mal. Actually, I don't like that. Welcome in. Thanks for coming and saying hello. Let's watch a video together. That sounds weirder than I was intended to.
Yeah, I mean, I have pre-watched it, and what I would say is it certainly paints a picture of the type of people that you hang out with on your weekends hitting people with
this
sticks.
Is a friend sent it to Aletha. It's a snapshot into the world of live action roleplay. Let's roll VT.
We were in the middle of our tournament when my friend John said he found a body in the bushes over there. I ran over there because I'm a healing monk to try and help, but obviously my magic wasn't strong enough because the dude's body was missing a head. So my friend decided to try and use a necromancer spell, which didn't work, which I knew it wouldn't. And apparently we contaminated the crime scene because that spell uses a lot of glitter.
I want to believe it's true. I really want to believe it's true, and that he and his friends could be so hopeless as to stumble onto a dead body and try and revive it using LARP magic.
I have to say that we play a lot of live action roleplay in woodland. It doesn't.
Be careful how you throw around the word "we" there.
We, me and my friends. He is a friend. He does not live action roleplay.
Correct.
But it might be possible to think that at one point some poor individual might be stored post-death in a woodland for someone to stumble upon. And maybe what I want is for that to be true. And I wonder whether they heard about it and they went, we've got to make a little thing about this, because that seems what... I just like the idea. I genuinely think they thought it was a prop.
It seems like it's pulled from that film, Role Models.
It felt a bit
seems
like
it's
Role
just
Models.
pulled from that film.
Yeah, I think in this case, I want it to be true that they kind of stumbled upon it and went, oh yeah, maybe, wow, it's really realistic. Let's do this thing. And it's like...
Maybe it'll come back to life.
Maybe it's true. And they're like, oh shit. Surely anyone who's ever watched a crime show on TV knows to hold the glitter around murdered corpses. What I love is
that's what they do the little outline for. You've got to do it really close to the body so it makes that outline, right?
in this system,
That's what CSI taught me.
in this system, it seems that necromancy only works if you do a glitter thing, basically. That you won't be proven to have the magic to be successful unless the glitter flies out.
I mean, that's what I've always been told about magic, is that it's very...
But there's a nice little bit of
Sparkling.
LARP combat in there for you to see. Actually, there's a classic bit where the guy kind of ducks out. He kind of bends his belly in like this. He kind of goes like that, and he kind of ducks in like that while the guy
he's playing flag football,
and he goes,
trying to avoid
like he's
someone
like
taking
trying
his
to
flag.
kind of like a cartoon character, like his back and belly kind of go in, and then he kind of just like swipes and gets him. Did the necromancy not work because there was no head? Yeah, I mean,
It certainly didn't help.
that's what he's
matters, did it?
saying.
Yeah.
But it seems like if you're raising someone from the dead, it doesn't really matter if they got a head or not, because
Yeah.
you're reanimating them. It's their head is not then.
I would posit that he's just a crap necromancer.
Yeah.
Just doesn't know what the fuck he's doing.
And yeah, we're doing very well actually. Is it IE? I can't move the thing, so I can't go up. So, but maybe
Would
you
you
can
like
do
me
it.
to do it?
Yeah, AE,
Yeah. Oh, it doesn't want to scroll. There we go.
AE,
AE.
AE,
Maybe it's just A.
AE.
A.
Tell us how you say your name.
Name.
I'm Alex. This is Jeremy.
Should I push another button?
Yeah, push that button.
There you go.
If you've just joined us or if you've never seen us before, that's our names, our actual names, and you can hang out with us and chat with us. And yeah, but welcome in, and we're very good. I can't speak for Jez. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing really well.
Yeah, just want to get that clear.
Yeah, it's nice weather, but you've got the windows open and there's a nice breeze rolling through.
It is
so
nice.
I'm very happy.
Neck
Very happy.
romancing, not head romancing. That's true. Well, I think that's good. I kind of hope that it's true and that they really did. The thing about American live action role plays, it's not like ours where it might be like a working scout site or out the way in a working farm or something like that. They'll use any bit of car park or kind of bit they
Public
can find.
park.
Yeah. So like
Very often they kind of lean more into the the medieval kind of themes, don't
Yeah.
they, in American LARP.
yeah,
They'll
very
mix
Renaissance
it together with like Renaissance fairs and things.
So I can quite believe that they were like, oh my god, what's this?
Somebody's put this epic
Body.
done some epic makeup on this
I
dude.
wanna
and
know-
laid him here for one of us to bring back to
Also,
life, and I'm going to be the one to fucking
That
do it.
guy has no has no comediness to him. You know what I mean? He hasn't thought this is funny. I can do it. That's
No,
real.
no, yeah,
That,
yeah.
I've known people like that. That's real. That's totally real. All right, what's the next one we've got?
That's it for going viral.
Oh yes, that's true.
Yes.
Oh, I forgot.
Just a
that
very brief going viral, but we will revisit playing videos and shit later for sure.
What do you want to do now then?
I think we should probably move here.
Do it.
Okay. In that case, it's time to see if finally, this thing is not broken anymore. Even though I did another one, I don't think I put it in, but this one should work anyway. It's today I fucked up.
It was at this moment that Nathan knew. He fucked up.
That was the best thing I've ever seen. That's the best. See you later, Jez. Jez is going. Jez has had enough. Jez has gone to smash the computer into little bits, basically. Oh, that was possibly one of the greatest things I've ever seen. Do you know, I don't know if I mentioned to you that on the plane someone was watching Law and Order, and to the right of to the window seat, and I said it was at this moment that Nathan knew he'd fucked up, and because that's the first thing I thought of when I saw that. That was so good.
Not only is it still
Todd!
fucked, but it was completely the wrong size.
Todd.
Like, it was more fucked up than ever before. It has never been so fucked up.
I just want it to keep being worse. I mean, how is it? It couldn't be better. All right, Todd. It makes it so much better. That's the best. That's the best. It's like when me and Tom were making the Prestus Fighting Championship belt, the kind of slightly 24/7 style belt that like comes off the side and isn't properly justified, and it looks really crap, as if this, you know, because the intern made it or whatever. You know, it's just so terrible. I love the Prestus instead of prestigious. I love shit like that. But anyway,
Yeah. That's not what this segment about. It isn't just
I think that's all it's about
play
now.
a sting and it looks shit and that's the fuck up. No.
Do-do-do-do-do-do.
This is the segment in which we read the stories that people send in, or we get from Reddit,
Yes.
of how people have fucked up. I think I'm going to go first.
Okay, I'm just going to summarize your Pepsi.
Go for it. Make yourself comfortable. Fuck it up differently every week, please. That's a lot of effort. It's a lot of pressure. I'm very good at fucking things up, but even that is a lot more effort than I'm willing to muster. I will just try and fix it every week, and it will fuck up naturally. How's that? Does that work? Does that work for you?
I would say yes, but I'm not close
Don't
to
really
my
answer the question.
Yes,
I'm not
yes.
really asking. Today I fucked up.
With the intro.
That's correct. I did, yes. TLDR. The intro played and it was fucked.
It was TOD. TOD!
Today I fucked up by calling my diabetic husband sugar daddy in public. Today I fucked up by calling my diabetic husband sugar daddy in public.
Because he's diabetic.
Yeah.
And he's a father.
Well,
That's what...
or he's her daddy at the very least.
Right.
Yeah. My 32F husband. No, that's not. You
My
phrased this badly.
32F.
My 32F.
Husband.
34M.
Yes.
Right, there you go. Recently went to my sister-in-law, 28F's house warming party.
I think I fucked up listening.
Yeah. Housewarming is one word, dear writer. It's, at the very least, hyphenate it. It doesn't need to be hyphenated, and hyphens are shit, but
Surely he's...
it's definitely not two words.
Surely he's no sugar daddy. You know, there must be a joke about diabetes and sugar daddy in there somewhere. Let's work on that as a one-liner.
We're going to get to it, I think. Yeah, so I'll do that again, shall I? Because that was fucking atrocious.
I think she should call him aspartame daddy.
Because that's what he has to have instead of sugar.
Or aspartame. I really don't know where the emphasis is on that. But... Please carry on.
My 32F husband, 34M, recently went to my sister-in-law's, 28F's, housewarming party.
Right.
My husband and his sister aren't close. But since she had her son in September 2023, he's been trying to reconnect.
There's a lot of info here.
I mean, you're pretty much doxing the poor kid right now. Since she had her son on the 19th of September 2023 at 10:11 a.m.
At St. Gerald's Hospital, Lexington.
Yeah. Sister-in-law's son's father is not in the picture, so my husband wants to help be a positive male role model.
That's nice.
Very nice. A little background to go with the other background you've already provided.
It's all more background. It's all background.
This is about the husband. My husband's kink is referring to his diabetes in bed. When he first brought it up, I was a little freaked out, but eventually I warmed to the idea.
So, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, what the fuck? Can we just stop the viruses?
Ha
Just say, that's how we laugh now. Man, these Welsh will say anything, won't they?
They
What does
will.
that mean?
I mean, it hasn't got many vowels, so that is consistent with Welsh. Yeah.
That's a town near Cardiff.
Yes. Yeah. Sorry, you were saying?
I don't know. I lost track. No, like what? He likes to bring up his diabetes in bed.
He likes
Sexually.
He likes her to bring up his diabetes in bed.
What? So
sexually.
they're in bed, and she's like, yeah, you can't have sugar. You'll fucking have to have
You want
insulin.
this donut? You want this donut?
You can't have
I'll
it.
fucking kill you.
You can't have it. Like smearing it over her, all this like gloopy kind of.
You want to lick
syrup.
this off?
You want to lick this
You
off?
want to lick this off?
You can't.
I'm going to go
You
and have a
can't.
shower now.
Yeah. You animal. I'm going to put that insulin in you, right in you. I'm going to stab you in it. It's going to penetrate you with insulin.
Okay, so you are closer to the actual thing. He likes me to check his blood sugar by biting on different parts of his body. Refer to penetration as taking insulin.
Stop.
And call him things like sugar daddy
That's quite funny though.
and my diabetic dom.
No, this isn't real. No,
It is
nobody
real.
does this.
It is.
No,
real.
it isn't.
I assure you this is
Stop.
real. And that there are some like creepy people out there.
My diabetic dom. Would this work with anything else that you got an issue with? Like if someone had asthma, is it like my sexy asthmatic man? I mean, what? Oh, I fucking rub my eczema. Oh, that psoriasis is so sexy.
What I will say to you, Alex,
Like
is
that.
if a kink can exist, it definitely does.
I appreciate that. Has anyone checked on Rat Freak? Yeah, I mean, normally he comes in around this time to assure us all that
it's very fake.
and or normal, and we shouldn't be giving people shit. But yeah,
Well, I mean, that's going to come up as well. So here we go.
can I just get you? I mean, I know we're delaying.
Would you like to hear them again?
Yes, please.
Uh,
And I'm just going to shake my head.
he likes me to check his blood sugar by biting on different parts of his body.
I mean, that's fine. I've been biting on different parts of this. Yeah. How does it? No,
I don't know why I'm an ECG now, but you know, that's what I turned into when I bite people. Apparently.
Fucking ECGs turn me on.
Yeah. Refer to penetration as taking insulin. Well, that's the wrong way around, isn't it? She doesn't need insulin.
She doesn't need the insulin
Yeah.
unless he is being penetrated by her.
Maybe. Yeah. Which is a completely different kink, but it would be consistent with taking insulin.
I want to take insulin. This is a reach.
No, you're not with that one.
No,
You were on board with and call him things like sugar daddy.
that's fine.
I mean, that's ironic, isn't it? And
Yeah.
irony is funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. And my diabetic dom. I think you're just forcing alliteration in there where it isn't really necessary.
I presume you're all shaking your heads. Can you just tell me what you look like at home right now? Because I can only presume that if this were me watching it, I'd just be like, it doesn't make any fucking sense. And we've done a lot of these. Please continue.
There's a little emoji from Tamsin that
Is that just like
It's
a shocked stare?
it's
I
like
think
the
is what I'm
teeth.
getting.
It's like the teethy
Is that
one, I think. Not really see. That's the problem with emojis. You can't really see them. He has told me that it's almost a coping mechanism for him.
what, coping with diabetes?
Yeah.
That he's so unhappy that he has diabetes. The only way to cope with it is
Is
to
having the piss taken out of him for being diabetic while having sex.
That's a kink.
Yes, it is. It sounds wild, but it gets him off. So, shrug emoji, which actually came out on the printer. I'm quite impressed.
That is. I think you'd have to shrug emoji.
I really love him, and he's a wonderful man. Just not very sweet.
Very good. What do I look like? I'm sat on the sofa pushing a cat off my laptop, but yes, this is ridiculous. If she took the piss out of him, it'd just be sugary. I don't know that.
I don't
Piss
know
could
enough
ever
about
be
diabetes to know what a diabetic's piss is like consistency-wise. Does all the sugar just flow straight out of you? Is that how diabetes works?
Uh,
Science, hello. I've got a question. Science, what is diabetic piss like? Please, thank you.
Treacle. That's what he calls her. All right, Treacle. Trying to work out how I can get diabetes so that he has to call me his hyperglycemia.
It's probably a good joke, but I don't get it.
Well, I don't. I presume it's a. I've got nothing. Science has gone to bed. Ask a medic.
No, I'm asking you, Science.
Joe doesn't want to go and see again.
And my wife, Science.
My wife.
There are two sciences here right now, and you will answer my question.
Speaking of sugar, maybe I'll have a little sizzler. A fizzler.
Sugar, that's what's in the jar.
Beep, 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 refresher.
But yes, thank you, Karis. I did ask for science, and you are providing it. Too high sugar would leak through to urine, at least over time.
Probably not make it particularly sugary. I don't think I want to eat one of these things on stream.
No, you don't want to mukbang for them?
No. As much as I love it. Alex is working on becoming a sugar daddy. Working on. Look, I've got the age on my side. I haven't got the diabetes though.
Or at least I feel like they teach that at A-level bio. Well, I only did A-level biology for a week, and then I pied it in and did history instead. So
if they're suitably insulin, though, it's not such a problem. Yeah, that's true, I suppose. Not that I know much about this, but that makes sense. One of the A-level practicals is testing urine for sugar. Fucking hell.
I thought dissecting a frog amongst teenagers was bad. Where does the piss come from?
Well, you have to take the piss.
Well, that's what the students do, but where do they get it from to
By
take
taste. Tamsin.
it? Yeah, that's the diabetic, this one. Sample A.
Taking the fucking
that's
Pepsi
the diabetic.
challenge.
Yeah, you're not supposed to drink it, Clarence.
Extra credit.
We have testing strips for this. Oh, right. Oh. Well, there's none left for me to test now. I necked it. Sorry.
We never did that. We just counted squares with moss in it. Yeah. Well, it went down.
I did that. Chuck a thing on it and then count
the
the
amount of stuff in it. Yeah.
Yeah. It didn't seem very scientific to me though, and I questioned the validity of the science.
Sounds
involved.
like my fucking geography coursework from.
I mean, geography's not a real
GCSE.
subject, so yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and I didn't get a real grade either. So
there you go.
Anyway,
yeah. TLDR so far.
What a load of bullshit.
She does diabetic shit in bed for him, and he gets.
I
off
just
on
don't
it.
see how it's sexy.
Well, you're not diabetic. Maybe
no.
it's a diabetic only thing. You can't think like a diabetic if you're not a diabetic.
Never a true word was spoken.
Anyway, here's where I messed up. We get to the party and say our hellos.
I forgot there was a party.
They've gone to a party, the sister-in-law's party. Housewarming party. Housewarming party.
Oh man, there's going to be like Mars bars and shit, and he eats one and goes into anaphylactic shock.
We get to the party and say our hellos. His sister comes to us and asks if we can grab a few more cases of beer from upstairs. It's a basement party. There was no one up there because there's an outside door and his sister doesn't like non-family members upstairs. Okay. The beer was on the floor next to the fridge. I bend down to grab a case, and my husband comments on how good I look in that position.
Jesus.
I turn around and say seductively, I'll let you pump me chock full of insulin when we get home, sugar daddy.
Jesus Christ. I like how we've had the example of how it works, and now we've had the bone, the bare bones of it.
Yeah, we've had the introduction to the kink, and now it's the kink in action. Yeah.
That's just...
I'll let you pump me chock full of insulin when we get home, sugar daddy.
What I will say about that is she says chock full, which chock is also like a sweet. So that's a real extra layer, cake, of ideas in there. I have to say, to commit to the bit, to say chock full is better than like just full, as it were. Yo, we're good. I do voices.
I do voices in my head.
They comfort me. They understand.
They talk to me. It's never not going to be funny. Sorry. Yeah.
If you had a name, and I know we asked it before, it just your kind of probably voices until we regularly remember it. But good to see you. I'm glad. We've been good. Thank you for coming in. We're in the middle of a person fucking up. Like a cream egg. Blech. I'll pump you full of insulin later, my sexy... What the fuck? Sugar daddy. I'll pump you like a cream egg.
I mean, if you haven't got diabetes, just eat a cream egg and that'll solve that for you.
Yeah.
You definitely have it after that. Yeah. I kiss him, and then we bring the beers downstairs.
Little did I know.
When we come down, the party is dead silent and staring at us. We put the beer down, and my husband's sister immediately rips him outside. The party continues, and I go up to one of my sister-in-law's friends to ask what happened. She just responds, "I think you need to talk to sister-in-law's name." I was weirded out, so I grabbed a beer and waited alone for my husband. Him and his sister finally come back, and she is beet red from what I assume was yelling. He tells me we need to go because of the shift in mood. I was totally fine with that. I had insulin to administer after all.
Yeah. He was going to be chock full.
When we get to the car, he tells me what his sister said. Turns out, her new house is one of those 90s intercom systems, and my husband leaned on it when I said the insulin line.
Oh, Jesus, I don't believe you.
You'd think we'd be able to hear that being blasted into the basement, but apparently not.
No, that would not work with the story.
You would also think my husband would have felt it, but, caps, apparently not. I was horrifically embarrassed and cried all the way home. It's a bit of an overreaction.
Just for that line, yeah, Tamsin. Just for the bit where it's just like, they were talking normally for a while. It's like, what about the weather? Blah, blah, blah. This beer's quite nice, isn't it? Clonk, I can't wait to fuck you in the ass with insulin or whatever the fuck line was.
That's better. I mean, if that was the actual line, then there would be a bit more offence given. But, would you really give a fuck if you heard somebody say to her husband, "I'll let you pump me chock full of insulin when we get home, sugar daddy"? I mean,
feel
that's pretty innocuous.
like it's quite hard to press those. I just think on a wall.
You probably have to take the phone bit off the receiver as well, don't you? Otherwise, it's not going to pick anything
It's
up.
just nonsense.
Yeah, I think it's totally true, incidentally. But there you go.
Mm.
I was
Sadly,
horrifically.
I think I feel it might be as well. I just can't work it out.
I was horrifically embarrassed and cried all the way back home. My husband is an angel. Well, not yet. He's not dead yet. The diabetes isn't that bad.
It's not yet kicked in.
And we talked through the situation. Even though it was an accident, we still felt guilty for embarrassing her and took his sister to lunch the next day to apologise. My husband and I took responsibility for disrupting the party and embarrassing her. She stopped us midway to explain that she wasn't upset about that. She was mad specifically at me for making fun of my husband's disability.
So she didn't care about the sexual kink of it. She just thought she was taking the piss. Oh no, you should say. No. No, we're both in on this.
I was baffled. My husband tried to explain his kink to his sister.
Jesus.
But insists that I'm doing it maliciously and convincing my husband to like it. Ah yes, diabetes gaslighting, because that's a thing. I told her that I apologise for the intercom incident, but I won't apologise for what I do in the bedroom.
That's none of your fucking business, except it is now and the entire party.
Yeah. His sister stormed off. All right. That's solved your problem then, doesn't it?
Yeah, good.
Yeah. My husband is trying to mediate best he can. He assures me I didn't do anything wrong. Good, because you didn't. But I don't want to lose a relationship with my sister-in-law and nephew based on something so little. That's no way to talk about your husband's cock, but fine. I recognise she's a new mom and under a lot of stress, but I'm not sure what more I can do besides apologise.
You can't do anything more. You've apologised. There's a lot into this.
TLDR, you know I don't need to say it again. Edit for context, because this is important information that probably should have been in there originally, but she couldn't put housewarming as one word, so it stands to reason that she wouldn't fill out the information properly. Have we got any intercom stories that need to be said before I continue, by the way?
Not really. I had a crappy 1960s intercom in my old flat, says Tamsin. If you leant on the hard to push button, you would hear a load of whiny feedback before anyone spoke. It does tend to be the case. It kind of goes, I mean, no.
Yeah. The better lie would have been there was like a baby monitor set up for the kid
Yeah,
or something.
yeah.
And they forgot to turn it off.
Given that she's just had a baby
Yes.
and it would be around.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they're in a room that would probably need to be monitored.
Because they're in the cellar having parties, so which means they upstairs is where the baby is. So
Yeah. Or under normal circumstances, maybe the baby is sleeping in the cellar. Or who knows?
it's just like easier to do.
Put the baby down the cellar. Who knows? Edit for context. My sister-in-law is a devout Baptist. My husband left the church before we met, which led to them growing apart. I grew up in a non-religious household, but have always been respectful of my sister-in-law's religion. She's not a bigot by any means, but generally feels uncomfortable around sex. Her pregnancy was an
man,
accident.
you're gonna fucking love this shit. This is as crazy as it gets.
Yeah, Baptist, exactly. Thank you, Samson. Yeah.
Baptist.
Her pregnancy was an accident, and from what my husband tells me, she holds a lot of guilt because she was out of wedlock.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, that's on her, isn't it? It's nothing to do with them. She works for a Baptist non-profit, so the majority of folks at the party were strict Baptists, I assume. I didn't know any of them and was just planning to mingle politely to support sister-in-law. We were alone in the upstairs, and no one would have heard us unless the intercom went off.
Which
Otherwise,
it did.
The lie would not have worked. Obviously now we will be more careful about where we say that stuff. My husband talked to sister-in-law. We're meeting for coffee, one-on-one to talk, hoping to smooth things over. So maybe update soon? We don't care. Thank you for your support, friends.
Do you know, I was once dating a girl who was a Baptist, and her...
Sorry, a Baptist or Baptist?
Baptist.
This is an important distinction.
Just say, I mean, I don't want to talk about her tits on the stream. However...
Or her Baptist.
Or a Baptist.
Her tits or her Baptist.
But she was a Baptist, and her friends
Had Baptists.
encouraged her to split up with me because I was Catholic, and as a result, even though it was ultimately a Christian...
Isn't this the plot to West Side Story?
Today the minutes feel... Yeah, it is kind of a little bit. So
Just with less singing.
what I've worked out is that... What I took from that encounter was that despite the fact that they would purport to be lovely, tolerant people, they were cunts. So I don't give a shit about the Baptists in this story. They can go fuck themselves. So can all Baptists.
And now we're banned from Twitch and various other places.
Other religions are available.
Better get this on the internet quickly before we get cut off again.
Always be Baptisting. Baptisting?
She couldn't risk being with the Pope. Well, quite, yeah. You know, a regular Catholic would have been fine, but an aspiring Pope, you know, she'd one day have to...
She was like, I must have said that. I said, you know, my dad really wants me to be Pope. And like, her mum overheard. It's like, get her out of this. I wonder how she's doing. She's probably, you know, married to a lovely Baptist guy and having lots of Baptist children.
More importantly, how are her Baptits at this stage?
I'll ask next time I see her, which I've never seen her.
Get pictures next time of her Baptits.
Yeah, Baptits or it didn't happen. Baptits or get the fuck out where it was. Imagine being overhead.
Your Baptits out for the lads. Doesn't really work. The cadence doesn't flow.
Yes, drinks. Yes, yeah. I have some lovely ice. I might make myself a lovely drink. Then I can drink. I haven't mentioned an ex in a while.
You haven't, no.
I'll genuflect you when we get home. That'd be amazing. Yeah, imagine being overheard calling the Pope at a party.
Yeah, genuflect works quite well for a lot of
genuflect's a great word.
Innuendo.
You'll see my holy water when we get home.
The counter.
Yeah, that's true.
Right, are you going to make a drink before you Tifu, or are you going to Tifu first?
I'll Tifu first. I don't know if I necessarily need it, but part of me knows I've got the ice to do it, so maybe.
Ice.
Maybe. Today I fucked up by putting inane shit as my Venmo memo and having it read out loud in open court. Do you know what? I don't know. I think Venmo is
Venmo is like PayPal.
Finance. like a banking app.
It's like a pay people stuff.
But what is the memo? What is the memo in Venmo?
You know when you send me money to pay for like Chicago Bears tickets,
and I put a little emoji of a bear and then a thing going down.
Correct. That's what you did.
Oh,
yeah, that.
Oh, cool.
But on Venmo instead of PayPal.
Okay, cool. I love when I send people money. It's often you and Aletha putting a little emoji. So if it's for curry, I do a little emoji of curry. And like, I was trying to do Starlight Express the other day, but I just couldn't get a train and another. I was trying to find loads of ways.
Star, torch, train.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it wasn't that, because that does make sense. But there was one I was trying to do. But we all do it. I'm glad we all do it. Anyway, Tifu by putting inane shit as my Venmo memo and having it read out loud in open court. Right. Posting from my alt, because I'm a whole ass business professional and I'm mortified by my stupidity.
Whole ass.
Whole ass. Posting from my alt, because I'm a whole ass business professional. I'm a whole ass.
I'm a whole ass.
I'm not. He's not half-assing it.
No.
He's whole. I'm a whole ass business professional.
Oh, right. I am a half-ass business professional. It's got to be said.
My mum had to tell my brother to stop putting very hard drugs when he was buying his house. What, like, so when he was sending money across to your mum, presumably, for like bits and pieces, very hard drugs. I wish I'd done that sort of stuff. That'd be, I suppose, kind of amusing. Today I fucked up by putting stupid, inane shit as the memo for my Venmo transactions. Well, actually, these transactions are spread out over 2 years. My older brothers and I tried to say the most out-of-pocket stuff with our Venmo payments to try and get a laugh. Everyone does this, right? It's harmless. It's silly.
Apparently so.
I mean, I don't do it nearly enough, apparently. You're going much further than I do. Until you file bankruptcy and have to meet with a trustee in open court who asks about payments made to friends and family. I answer honestly, yes, I've paid friends and family for various reasons. I provided my Venmo transaction history to you. He says, oh yes, let me check my records. So begins a very, very long pause. I just know he's sifting through the fan favourites, which include, but are not limited to, for the discoloration of your butthole flaps.
Flaps? What are their flaps doing back there?
The lid. PP Tom.
Lid? A lid would be useful. Could I have a lid for my butthole, please? Where'd you get that from? Just like, open, do the business, close it back up again.
Have you ever listened to My Dad Wrote a Porno?
No.
Okay, you should. It's good. It's a podcast. Even if you just listen to episode 1, 2, or the first couple. But the premise is that after retirement, the dad, having nothing better to do, writes a porno.
Nice.
And then the son gets hold of it and reads it as part of a podcast with him and a couple of other, like, one of them is a Radio 1 DJ, I think. I don't know, I can't remember who it is that's actually doing it. But there's 3 people who then read it out and then they comment on it, much as you'd expect. I have to say, it's very funny. I think we'd all, given that material, probably succeed quite well with it, actually. But yeah, and in a similar way. But the thing about it is that the dad has not got a very good grasp of female anatomy. So he just says random thing, and I think one of them was a lid, and then her lid opened, or something like that. It was something like that. You've got to listen to it. It's really good. My Dad Wrote a Porno. I think everyone here probably knows. I would say podcast aficionados probably are already aware of the brilliance that was.
Is this perhaps a reference that Harmstone has posted?
Grab them by the cervix. I don't know whether that came up, I have to say, or whether
that's a wholly different kink. We're just listing off kinks tonight.
Nipples like the rivets of the Titanic.
Oh, that's a good one.
He frequently forgets. There's several times when I was listening to the first, I think I got through about 12 or 13 episodes, and then I was just like,
you'd had your fill. You knew what it was about.
It's really good, but I'd already got enough of it, and I paused and never went back. But yeah, there are times when he'll be just talking to the woman who's in it, and then a name will change, and he'll be clearly have been writing it in Word and decided they call it something different. Continuity fucks up, doesn't really make any sense. Yeah. Oh God, it's good. I remember when I found it, I was listening to it at work. I was still at breaks, and I was just like crying, laughing. And I'd been talking to my friend, and we're both listening to different episodes. And I look across at her, and she's just like dying with laughter listening to this. It's good. It's good, but it does seem it's a bit like this. Anyway, I just know he's sifting through the fan favorites, which include but are not limited to, for the discoloration of your butthole flaps, PP Tom, for the soiled adult diaper auction. Auction. Butt plugs and electric shock rods. DVD. Black studs, white moms. Your bitch tits. Remember that time you shit in the backyard? That's good. For your mother last night. Kissing hands and shaking babies. I'm bright red, sinking down in my chair. My lawyer looks at me puzzled. Clearly she hadn't read these in depth. Why am I such an immature, stupid fuck? You're not alone. TLDR, I sent my brothers some Venmos with really inappropriate and explicit memos and had to watch in horror as the trustee read them out during a court proceeding. That's a good one. That's a good one.
For your mother last night to your brother. Yeah, I thought that. That's a bit of a...
Yeah.
But it does say to friends and family. It's not necessarily just to...
Yeah, it could have been to his mate.
Yeah.
Your mum stuff is fairly standard fare.
For a friendship. Yeah.
I
fucked your mother last night, Trebek.
The guy who does My Dad Wrote a Porno, who writes under the pseudonym Rocky Flintstone, is the writer. Rocky Flintstone went to the potting shed.
Oh yeah.
Because I can't remember what it was. Somebody, they came in there and...
As an advertised guest or just...
No, just turned up. We was in Folkestone, and I think his daughter or whatever came in and just said, oh, by the way, this is my dad. And told David in the potting shed. And David was like, oh my God, for real? And then he said, oh, you must write me... Why don't you write me something about the potting shed? So the guy wrote him a little mini, 15-minute podcast and sent it to him, which was all based around Folkestone. We were listening to it, but then people came in to switch off. But basically, he sent David at the potting shed his own personal bit of My Dad Wrote a Porno, wholly based around Folkestone, the Harbour Arm, and then they walk up into and go into the potting shed. So he does a little personal thing. It was very cool. It was very, very cool. So yeah.
Yeah, decent. I like that one. That was
that was good.
One of the better Tifus that we've had for a while. That I believe as well.
Yeah, that was a good one.
I
That
wholly
makes sense.
and completely believe that. Right, we're ready to move on. Still all right for drink.
Yeah, I don't think I think I'll do without the alcohol.
Okay.
I've got Pepsi.
Right. It's time for not a new segment, but a modification on an old classic segment. So, not a new sting, gonna play the old sting. But there are some things that seem to be repeating on us recently. Things that we have yeeted into oblivion that need to be discussed again. So I introduce to you the segment we like to call Get in the Sea, Sea Visited. Won't you come with me? Gonna yeet it in the sea. Won't you come with me? Gonna throw it in with glee. If you really, really hate it and you love to desecrate it, won't you come along with me and put it in the sea? Again, one more time.
Once more with sealing. Yeah.
Let's go back. Well, that's not it.
Oh, hello. Yes, there we are.
Yes. Let's go back to our video scene. These are from you.
I took these. One of them was an image. Which way around are we doing them?
Whatever way you want to do it.
Oh, let's do the image.
Okay.
And we'll build up to the video.
Would you like me to put it on screen now, or are you going to build up to it?
I'll build up to it. So, that it's not long. There's not a lot to this, is what I mean to say. But myself and Aletha had gone down to Dymchurch, and we'd gone to what I
Let's go down to Dymchurch and got down to fuck around. What is this? Sorry.
Circus in town. We'll shut this shit down. Can I get some Dymchurch? Hell yeah. That would be amazing. Let's go down to Dymchurch. Shit, yeah.
It does sound like the ill-conceived kind of, council promotion that they would put together.
There's a circus in town permanently in Dymchurch. It's a terrible place with awful people in it. But including my parents, apparently. Thanks. Well done, Alex. Good. Let's move on. So we went. We dropped my parents off there, and then we decided to go to the amusements because Aletha wanted to put repeated 2p's into 2p machines.
Oh yes, of course.
In order to gain loads of
That's real.
tickets. And
In order to lose her 2 pences and gain nothing.
yeah, and in this case, my mum's 2 pences, because my mum said, "Oh, I've got lots of 2p's," and much like giving them to like my nephew and niece from years ago, she still got loads of 2p's. So anyway, we went and did that, and we went to have a coffee to count all this money up, so we knew we had to make all the 1p's into 2p's. It doesn't really matter. We went to a cafe, and I went to pay for what we'd had, and this is what I saw in their cake stand. Now, I can only presume you can read what that says. But what it says is... Well, I can't remember if the second one just says sponges, but it's Vicky Sponge.
Yeah, it says... allow me to use my eyes.
Please do.
It says, Vicky Sponge, £3.50.
Right, I can't really read the three. I wonder what the other bit was. But really, the sponge isn't the bit we're worrying about, obviously. It's the fact that they've shortened Victoria Sponge to Vicky Sponge. You'll recall Platinum Jubilee got redacted down to Platitubes. I thought that... Is there nothing sacred, Jeremy? Is there nothing sacred? Is everything there to be contracted?
Apparently, so yeah.
Platitubes, yes, Dom.
There's diabetic Dom.
Cozzy Lives. That was the Cozzy Lives.
I've been saying Cozzy Lives a lot recently.
Cozzy
just
Lives.
because I know it really winds Karis up, so I've been saying it a lot.
Now, there's nothing sacred. I went up to pay my money. I looked down, and I just in front of me just took a photo of Vicky Sponge. Vicky Sponge? You're having a fucking laugh, aren't you?
It's so difficult to say Victoria, isn't it?
Vicky Sponge. Have a bit of Vicky Sponge.
Why didn't you abbreviate Sponge as well if you were doing that?
Vicky Spun.
Vicky Spo.
Vicky Spo.
Want a bit of Vicky Spo?
Vicky Spo. Yeah, they didn't go far enough.
Vicky Spo.
Vic Spo.
Tree Fitty.
This feels like, you know, in 1984, where they have, like, Newspeak, and everything is, like, instead of bad, good is good, bad is, like, ungood,
Yeah,
and really good is plus good.
It's like modern teenage parlance now, yes.
Yeah,
So,
double plus good. So...
That's sick, bruv.
Now, Vixpo.
Yeah.
Vicky Nudge.
That's something else entirely. That's something you take when you've got a massive cough.
Sticky Vicky. Sticky Vicky was serving there
That's
that day.
something else entirely as well.
But this is too far. We have to stop these people. As a result, I burned this place to the ground.
Good. I'm glad to hear it.
Vicky
Yeah.
Unge.
And so now you may understand how this segment works. This is already in the sea. We
Yes.
can't put it in the sea again.
No.
But I think Getting the Sea Visited is an opportunity for us to provide further evidence as to why it should remain in the sea and will never, ever fucking come out again.
Did you know what they were selling for $3.50? There's one slice left, which is just under the glass, you know, handly bit, basically. They had sold... The reason that looks so black and dark is because it's like they've sold it all, save for one single slice, which you can barely see.
Push it under again. Just hold it down, make sure it's really fucking dead.
Hey, Captain Brilliant.
Vicky Sponge!
Vicky Sponge.
So you understood. So communication had taken place. Just checking it. I think our friend Dom is being contrary. In this
I love it when yeah. But listen, I don't want to get into it because like I refuse to, basically.
Because we don't want to prove you right.
No, I mean
and
like
also fuck you.
Because I don't want to take it too seriously. Well, basically, because obviously I agree, but like, no, it sounds stupid,
Yes.
Dom.
Yes, you can understand it. That does not make it acceptable.
There's lots of things I understand that
You
people
can understand
say.
racism.
I can understand loads
The
of
words,
things.
at least, but it doesn't make it acceptable.
This is nonsense.
Yes. This is
I don't believe for a second.
this
Dom,
is as
Dom,
bad
I don't think Dom likes this at
as
all.
racism and homophobia. I'm going to put it up there with on par.
I don't think for a second you're okay with this, Dom. I think you look down your nose at this.
Yep.
much as I am doing now.
You're just being a contrary prick. And you know you're being a contrary
Vicky
prick.
Sponge. I want a Vicky Sponge right now.
Or a Conti
You
prick,
could have had a
if
Vicky
you will.
Sponge on a... What did I miss? Well, quite a lot, to be honest with you, because it's been going for almost an hour and a half. But listen, Dom, there's nothing that Jez won't do.
Nothing off limits.
The Jenny Lek. Oh, God. I saw it come up earlier, but it's only now that it's...
Is that what they call? Are people actually calling it that?
the general election.
The Jenny Leg.
The Jenny Lek.
That is a massive cringe. That
Might make you a Vicky Spo when I come down next time. I mean, I love them, obviously.
No, you're doing toe in ho, aren't you?
Toe in ho.
Toe in ho.
Toe in ho.
Yeah, I want a toe in ho.
Can we just call it Toho? That seems like a kind of like Soho.
Toho?
Toho.
Is Soho short for like soap in the hole or something?
Yes. Yes.
Soap in the hole. That's what I'm calling it now. Gonna go down to soap in the hole, have a drink.
People on tickers are genuinely calling it a Jenny Lek. Do you know
they
what?
are.
I wondered if this Vicky Spo would give us enough content from just one picture, and it really, really has.
Oh, it was always going to. Yeah, absolutely.
Beberg, is that for Battenberg, Captain Brill? Bit of Beberg.
Bat and bow. Yeah, that's better.
Eating some Beberg outside of the school. Be-ba-ba-ba-dum-bo. Ba-ba-ba-dum-bo. Scatman told us about Bambo. And if Scatman can do it, so can you.
I'm surprised.
You hate it, Alex is correct. But it is, I mean, myself and Duncan have often talked about like how language moves on and we can all understand it anyway, so no one gives a shit. But then obviously it delights me to hate everything. So that's hence don't get me started was born.
Indeed. Before you move on to your second thing,
Let me
I have
drizz.
a new thing to put in the sea that is somewhat relevant to this.
Go on then.
There is a meme going around at the moment, very heavily, like probably the most meme thing of all time, at least for the last 10 years. Have you heard of the Hawk Tour meme?
The Hawk Tour.
Hawk Tour.
Tour?
Tour. Like the first name of the Miami Dolphins quarterback.
Oh, Tour.
Hawk Tour.
No, I don't know what you're saying.
Right. Let me go back to full screen for this.
I really want to make a Vicky Spo.
It's particularly deplorable. So, yeah, there is a meme going around at the moment, born out of, there are loads of those videos where, like, random people just interview random people on the street and just ask them random questions. A woman was asked, muting for a bit. A woman was asked, what does she perceive that every man wants?
So a woman on the street was asked, what do you think that every man wants?
Yes.
And what was her answer?
Her reply was, Hawk Tour, spit on that thing. So that
Is Hawk Tour the sound of her spitting?
that's the
So is that what she was saying?
yes. Hawk Tour, spit on that thing, is what she replied.
She's not wrong.
And now that phrase is fucking everywhere, and I hate it. I cannot stand it. And not for the reasons that you might expect.
I mean, this whole episode has been full of such bizarre shit today. What with the diabetic kink earlier, which, P.S., Dom, you weren't here for, and I wish you were.
Yeah, I didn't just call you diabetic Dom for fun. I've already read the words "my diabetic Dom" on this show.
Yeah, someone was. It's just too much. There's too much.
Go back and watch
Diabetic
it.
Dom.
Go back and watch it. But you're diabetic Dom now.
I don't want to get spat on. Shut your mouth.
Yeah. No,
Otherwise, you'll get it in your mouth.
No, I don't want it spat on either, and that's not my objection. Like, it's just, and I don't want to get too philosophical or political or any of that kind of thing, but it's just like, is this not just so demeaning to women that once again we're reducing all of female kind to what they can do sexually in every way? It's horrible.
I mean, you're right. I can't even for me. What's it? The question she's asked is, what do you think men want?
Yeah, what do men want, basically?
What do men want? What in life, not from just their partner or something. What do men want?
It was a very open, vague question.
Can we ask you, what do men want?
but-
What do men want?
Pizza and...
A really nice Scotch egg.
Yeah.
Right now, a Negroni, I'll tell you that.
Pizza and no stress, that's what men want.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Vicky Spong.
That's what men want.
Vicky
Yeah.
Spong sounds like someone I went to primary school with.
Yeah.
Sleep. Oh
yeah,
sleep.
definitely. Men
I do
want
like sleep.
Absolutely. Strawberries.
Ah, I'm not a big fan, but I know that other people probably are.
A great sausage roll, yes. Yeah. I mean, I think I won with pizza. I went into the ultimate food type, but
There's at Curious Pastimes, there is a food van that does a pizza and it does a hot dog. And in their infinite wisdom, they've put the two together and they've rolled the pizza round the hot dog.
I'm there.
Don't need to go into game, mate. It's like in the
Great.
out of character
Great.
section.
Who knew that this would how you'd convince me to go to live action
This is
role
how
play?
we remind you.
I'll just set up a stall next to their van. You know where to find me. Well, do you wanna come and fight some things? No, mate. Pizza, hot dogs. I'm all right, thanks.
Pizza and no stress.
I'll be
sounds
right
great.
here.
I mean, this is not defined. This is not just for men. I think we can all, people in general, can agree that sleep is good, no stress, and food. We all like food, don't we? I'm not even a man. Yeah. Just most people, except for Aletha's mother, are really happy to eat food and enjoy food. I had a pepperoni pizza with a pork sausage and sauerkraut. That's right. Captain Brilliant had it.
sounds
Captain
decent.
Brilliant and Duncan the Singer had it.
Was the sauerkraut in it, or was it on the side?
In it.
In it, bruv.
Good question.
Was the sauerkraut a side dish, or was it within the kind of pizza roll? Didn't Maslow cover this in quite a lot of detail? Yeah. Maslow's hierarchy of what men
Well,
want.
it's shaped like the hierarchy of needs is shaped like a pizza, so you know.
That's not a coincidence.
No.
Yeah. It was out of a giant tin, and you put it wherever you want.
Spit on
Captain,
the pepperoni.
Captain, brilliant.
Oh shit. Oh.
But yeah, I hate Hawk Tour, and it's
Does
only
she just say Hawk Tour?
yeah.
She doesn't just go.
No, she said it in a southern drawl.
That's kind of funny, I suppose.
Yeah.
I
and
applied it.
I don't have a problem with her or her answer. Like, I don't give a fuck what she actually answered. It's the fact that now, and it's almost exclusively white men, are using this phrase all over the place.
Oh, shit.
And it's just a continuation of the idea that now all you have to do is ask women for sex or ask women to get their tits out. And that's being perpetuated even more. And in 2024, I thought we were fucking far beyond that bullshit, to be honest with you. I blame OnlyFans as well for that kind of thing, and normalizing the idea that all you have to do to get a woman to show you her tits is just pay her $5.99. Deep, I know, a bit too deep for this show, but it fucks me off.
Well,
So yeah, Hawk Tour in the fucking sea.
well, we like it wet, so.
Better spit on that thing then. I'd do it for $4.99. I don't want to see your feet, Armstone, or your tits.
So, a pizza sausage. Almost had that the other day when we went to Empire.
Right, I'm going to go back to the other scene.
Yes.
Because we're going to do another sea visit.
Like, I think this speaks for itself.
Yeah? Shall I just play it? I didn't label it, so I hope this is the right one. You ready?
Yeah.
Here's a car that's in my way. It's a taxi, in fact. God, where could it go? If only it could go into this fucking space that's here. Where you could park a double-decker bus. But actually, that's the best place, isn't it? Yeah.
I hope you heard that all right.
Yeah, they did. They absolutely did.
Yeah, that was me on my way to work. And when you come out my road and turn right, there's a faster cut through, as you know, that turns you back around. Impressive that Margaret let you record near her. There's a quick, fast cut round as you're going on my way to work. I'm going to work, and I followed this car up the road, and then the car just fucking stopped and parked. It was a taxi, just parking there to wait to pick up the person. And I'm like, I get it that often along that road there's no space, but in this occasion, as you saw, that's 24 karat shithousery, isn't it?
Yeah.
Honestly,
I saw it again.
It wasn't even hard.
I saw it again today. Like when I was coming back from my run this morning, and I was coming back up my own street, there was a car just stopped in the middle of the road, and right next to them there was a fucking space that they could have pulled into. And okay, nobody was coming up the road, but
I'm trying to get to work.
I need a bigger car and just push these cunts out of the way.
Oh, let me tell you something. Actually,
yeah, let's go back to business.
Could have pulled forwards into the... Yeah, I mean, like, honestly, what the fuck are you doing? There's space to go. That's why... oh, man, when I filmed that, I was just like... I was so really eager to get my phone out. I'm like, this shit's going on fucking DGMS. The other day, myself and Aletha on last Friday went to the Marlow in Canterbury to see Jesus Christ Superstar, which was amazing. And we came to go and get our car out of the car park, and it's often very busy. This was the busiest I'd seen us getting out, and I don't really know why. Maybe it's because it often doesn't, when you drive up to it and it reads your number plate, it never reads mine. It reads it on the way in, it knows the charge, but when it gets to it on the way out, it mysteriously doesn't know it anymore. And so you have to press the button and tell the person to let you out. So that might have been an issue with everyone in front of me. So what was then happening, if I can explain what's happening, everybody, is that we're in a big queue of cars, and cars are coming in naturally from other bits. And in an attempt to make sure that was fair, the guy in front of me, who was in a Freelander, let someone out, and then they went. And then it was my turn, and I let someone come in, and then I went. So we're all like merging.
That's the wrong way of doing it. You have the right of way. Just go forwards.
No. Well, I was being a nice person, Jeremy.
Go right up to the car in front so that nobody else can push in.
Don't get me Jesus Christ Super started. Yes, but that's, I mean, you're just hold your horses, because you're going to get what you want.
Okay.
But yeah, basically, people have to come in.
They don't. They should have parked better and chosen a better parking space that they could leave the car park in a straight line in.
Yeah.
It's their fault.
But sure. Anyway, we'll get to the end of the conversation eventually. Rhythm has disappeared, but it doesn't really matter.
Rhythm is a gangster.
It is. So we were people have been let in, people were waiting and stuff like that. And then this person from behind in another car, I can't remember it doesn't really matter what car they were in, drove from behind, from like, there's our queue going all the way down, like behind us. And someone came past and drove past the cars behind us, and then level with me, and then past the Freelander, and then tried to cut in.
No, mate, you can fuck right off.
And I thought to myself, you can fuck right off. And Freelander thinks, you can fuck right off. So they tried to come into the Freelander. And what I've learned about this situation is once you get someone around the front of you, it's kind of all over, because they kind of like, it's hard to gain any ground back on it.
Provide no gap.
So as a result, the Freelander closed gap and was absolutely nose to bumper with the car in front. I likewise then stuck to the back of that Freelander like I wanted to have sex with the car.
Yes.
And I was absolutely... So we were then kind of going like this. So now Freelander has now gone past it. It's now time for me to keep up this.
Just step up.
So I keep doing this, and I was absolutely giving you couldn't even get a Rizzler paper through that fucking thing. I was so close. But yet...
It was a cigarette paper for the Americans and international viewers.
But yet, it was a Passat, was really coming in and really coming in and was as close as they could get. And it got to the point where I'm like, well, I'm ahead of you. I've given you no space. There's not even a little bit you can nudge in. But they had opted to keep going, and they kept going, and they kept going, and they kept going to the point that they're going to hit my car. They're so close, Jeremy. They're going to hit my car. And I looked to the right to see if I could engage them. And the passenger seat person, who obviously, because next to me is going to be the in this case, well, it's a woman. I didn't see who was in it. I presumed her husband or something like that. But for whoever it was who was driving it, I couldn't see because she was just resolutely looking forward and was not going to engage me at all. And I'm like, well, there's a situation here where I'm like, you're going to hit my car and I'm going to have to let you in. But I wasn't gonna. And I'm like, then you're going to hit my car then, aren't you?
That's what they rely on. They rely on like, well, I'm going to go in this space, and if you don't stop, then I'm going to hit you.
Yeah.
If you
And I
don't let
thought,
me in, I'm going to hit
and
you.
so it was this real kind of
Do it then.
It was exactly.
Cunt.
Yeah, slow motion chicken. Yeah. And I just kept going, and they kept coming closer and closer, and I kept nudging forward and forward and forward, and I let them get. They were so close. I thought we're going to hit now, and I just kept going. And that moment, they just kind of like went fine like that, and I pulled forward, and we were just so incredibly happy. We pushed forward, and they kind of like were right at the back, and obviously by that point, the
other people probably weren't paying enough attention to know, and they squeezed in behind you, I would expect.
It's only a car, and this is principle. Absolutely. It was just incredible. And I was just like, we were so fucking happy. It was amazing. No, mate. No, you don't get, no, we've all queued up. Nobody, we all want to get out of this car park. You don't get special dispensation for just like driving all the way up the side and in. Because what happened is like other cars had obviously come in that the queue was formed of cars that had come in from the side. This is St. Radigan's, not that it really matters. But anyway, so this person's, oh, fuck you. It was amazing. That is a shit car park. It is. It was horrible. And like you have to pick a lane. Toy car. But yeah, so in other car business, I won the car battle. I thought, come on then. What are you going to do? Hit me. Because the moment you hit me, I'll be like, get out of my car, take some photos. Why did you decide to drive in my car? And then when I say, I wonder if I've got any witnesses, Freelander person's going to jump out and say, I saw all this. Mm-hmm. And the guy behind me is going to be like, what the hell do you think you're doing? And it's just like, that's the game, right? We're done. There's no way that any car park person isn't going to support me.
This completely relies on you being in the right, but you completely were, and they are a fucking queue jumping cunt, and nobody is going to back them.
Mm.
Bastards.
Amazing.
Beautiful. So yeah, that was Get in the Sea visited.
Yes.
Shit's already in the sea, and it's fucking staying there.
Yes.
With evidence.
Yes. Don't get me Jesus Christ super started. Yes. It was wonderful.
Shall we move into our final segment?
Let's do it.
Because we have 3 if we would like to
three,
to
Jeremy?
partake in them. One of them is very obviously cannot be questioned fake.
Oh.
So it's in there just for the entertainment value of it, not because we believe it in any way. What am I talking about? I am, of course, talking about our final segment. Am I the arsehole?
Am I the asshole? No, it's the children who are wrong.
I really thought you were going to press the today I fucked up. So it just goes Todd again.
Todd.
So good. Yes.
All right, don't answer so quickly.
I'm very eager.
Jesus.
Now, I've got the...
Yes, so I think I put the fake one on top. Yes, this is the fake one. Let's do that first.
Okay, and then you're going to do one, I'll do one. Oh, I don't know. Which one's the best one to end on?
Good question.
Because that's the other one.
Find the right page. Hang on. I think that is better to end on, so this order works.
Okay, I'll just adjust my mic. Am I the arsehole?
Yes, you are.
For calling out my friend's emotional support peacock on the plane?
I know it's fake and I've read it and still let me giggle, so that bodes well.
Am I the arsehole for calling out my friend's emotional support peacock on the plane? So, me, 23M, and my friend Jessica, 24F, booked a budget transatlantic flight to Europe for a long-awaited backpacking trip. We were hyped. A few days before the flight, Jessica tells me she's bringing her emotional support peacock, Phil, because of her crippling fear of flying. Now, look, I get anxiety, but a peacock? I tried to be supportive, but explained the airline only allows approved service animals.
And her peacock, 2M.
Yeah, it doesn't tell us what's going on. Only allows approved service animals like dogs.
Like real ones.
Jessica insisted Phil was legit. She has a note from her therapist. And the airlines have to make reasonable accommodations. Whatever, I figured I wouldn't deal with it directly.
Reasonable's quite a spectrum, really, isn't it?
Cut to the day of the flight. We board. And the second we step into economy class, heads turn. Phil, this massive peacock, is freaking out, squawking and spreading his tail feathers. People are freaking out. There's nowhere for him to perch. And the flight attendants are livid. Let me be clear. I stayed quiet at first. But as the plane taxis and Phil starts launching himself at the overhead bins, I lost it. I told Jessica this was ridiculous. Unfair to everyone else, and Phil clearly wasn't trained. The whole plane seemed to agree with me, but Jessica burst into tears, calling me insensitive to her disability. Security ended up removing Phil before takeoff. Apparently emotional support peacocks are a big no-no. And Jessica got bumped to a later flight. Now she's not talking to me, and everyone online is calling me an arsehole for ruining her trip. Am I the asshole? That's a good one.
Spoiler, says Harmstone. This was done by AI because I was testing it.
Well, thank you very
sense.
much. They use peacocks in some countries as guard dogs. They're loud as fuck and don't get rabies. Plus, they are cunts. Peacock facts from Captain Britain. I saw one the other day that I must find, but it was like, oh no, I'll find it, but remind me that it's obviously fake. But
Well, with that in mind, then, and Harmstone's revelation that was written by AI, you might want to do that one as well because that one's fake as well in that instance.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. A lot of fake ones. Am I the
fighters? Fighters. Harmstone is the arsehole. Yes, I mean we knew this already.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Okay. Am I the arsehole?
Harmstone is.
Is Harmstone the arsehole?
Yes, he is.
For refusing to wear my wife's sentient crystal necklace on our date night. Am I the arsehole for refusing to wear my wife's sentient crystal necklace on our date night? So my wife is not sentient.
He's going straight through that bullshit.
It's not. He's not. It's not alive. No. Next.
Captain No Bullshit.
We can make this under 10 minutes, under 10 o'clock. No, it's not sentient. It didn't come back from the future to kill John Connor.
Back to the future.
Marty. So my wife, Luna, 28F, is really into New Age stuff with a name like fucking Luna. She didn't have a choice. Crystals, meditation, all that. Look, I mostly just humour her, but it's harmless, right? Well, this date night was different. Luna unveils this giant amethyst necklace she claims is a sentient crystal that wards off negative energy. It's gaudy. Think chandelier meets disco ball.
Night fever, night fever.
That's what I was thinking. She insists I wear it for protection. So we had sex and now we've got a kid. That would be amazing if that were the case. I wore it for protection. Because apparently the restaurant we're going to has bad vibes. If the restaurant has bad vibes, don't go.
Don't go there.
Just
go to
don't fucking
McDonald's
go.
Instead.
I told her it looked ridiculous and felt uncomfortable going out looking like a walking disco ball. Luna got really hurt, saying the crystal would protect our marriage from negativity. Not at this moment, it seems.
Does it help to keep him staying alive?
I love it. I love it. Luna got really hurt, saying the crystal would protect our marriage from negativity. We haven't had any problems. We ended up arguing, and the whole date night was a wash. Luna's now accusing me of being closed-minded and not respecting her beliefs. Am I the arsehole for refusing to be her crystal necklace hanger? How is it sentient? I don't believe at any point.
It explains
why
nature.
the sentient nature.
Yeah.
It is not a living creature. I would have liked it better if it said the crystal is a living creature, like a Tamagotchi. dump her and The Rock. I don't think she's going out with The Rock. If she's going out with The Rock...
If you smell what the necklace is sentienting.
If she dump her and The Rock, if they're in a throuple, it's him, Luna, and The Rock.
I mean, Luna and The Rock is a great tag team name.
56M or whatever, I don't know. The Crystal is the arsehole. What do you think, Crystal? Can you keep me out of this, please? Crystal, holding up to your ear. I just hear the sea. Silly boys. My mum. I saw my mum the other day. She was. Oh my god, she was brilliant. She was brilliant. I guess when I saw that. If the necklace is cooking, then I'll wear it. Yeah, the necklace cooks for me. It's sentient. If I smell what the necklace is cooking, I'd be like, necklace, thanks very much. You'd be like, that's okay.
No mention of it being a good cook, though, so you got to check that shit out first.
Yeah, that's true.
You could smell what the necklace is cooking and really
Not
want to
like
run
it.
for the hills.
Do not let people, even your partner, dictate what you should wear.
Correct.
Yeah.
Bit too serious, but correct.
Outcome is unlikely. Is it like a kind of a...
Magic sentient. 8-ball.
Ask again later. I love it. Signs say no. I do love that. I've never owned a Magic 8-ball. I always hoped I would have one at one point.
I did as well. I never had one. And I got very excited when I'd go to like a friend's house and they had one.
And they had one.
Oh,
I want to ask a question.
And it would give you the same fucking answer every time. It's like it's usually like outcome is uncertain or some shit like that. I'm like, this is bullshit. I'm glad I don't have one of these.
Is there one that just says no on it? I swear there was one that was unambiguous. It's just like no.
Yeah.
I love it. I want a Magic 8-ball.
Ask again later.
It's too much tap, but you know. Maybe we should do a segment which is the Magic 8-ball and they can ask any question. We have fucking shitloads on a big spinny wheel.
Yeah.
And it just like, you can ask the questions of the Magic 8-ball, only our outcomes that we've put on are obviously amazing. And you won't know what they are until they come out. We don't write like a load of them. I feel like I had something like that.
Yeah, I think you were one of those cunts that had a useless 8-ball, yeah.
Now everyone can get them in like, I was going to say Tiger, but that's not what I mean. Like,
yeah,
the little tiny
it's called
bat shop.
It's called Tiger something, yeah.
What's the name of the shop? You know, the kind of, is it a Swedish?
It's kind of the IKEA rip-offy type.
And you can buy loads of crazy shit. I think anyway, that place.
It's definitely Tiger.
Fighting
something.
Tiger,
Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon,
Flying Tiger. There we are. There we are. We're getting there. Thank you very much.
Well, our names were better.
We weren't so far away.
Tigers can't fly.
Yes, you can get one in Flying Tiger.
I mean, they can fly, but only once.
Sentient necklace. I mean, was this a lie?
That was AI as well, apparently. Yeah.
That was a good one.
Yeah, that
Crouching
was
Tiger, Sentient Crystal.
Yeah, that one got me. I believe that one.
I believe it.
Yeah.
I mean, that makes perfect sense. We should, man. Are you telling me, Harmstone, that we don't need to find anymore? We just keep getting.
Put them in AI and just. Yeah, so when these come out, you should say, okay, less controversial, and then see what it actually said.
Yeah.
But yeah, AI, ITA. Yeah. Well, all we've really learned from that is that Harmstone is the arsehole.
Yes.
And there's a stamp for Harmstone.
Just put Harmstone over the top of it. We should just get one that says Harmstone is the arsehole.
We should.
Just click on one for everybody.
Yeah.
And then no one feels left out. And no one feels like they're not part of it. We should have a stamp for everyone. It would take time to make, though. Old news. Yes. You wait till we get a stamp for you, Tamsin, that says Tamsin is an arsehole.
Tam's an arsehole.
Guilty as charged.
Right, here is a totally real, not at all AI'd ITA.
I don't know what to believe anymore.
Yeah. That's the problem with AI, you know?
Then we can all be like Duncan. That feels like a prompt. This we can one day. Listen, your name's too long to write into a Minecraft field. Duncan was probably the limit of what I could do. To be honest with you,
Well, we'll just shorten it. You know, Tamsy with an S.
Tasmy. Got to get it right.
Are we ready for the final arsehole?
Yes.
Or the first arsehole that's legit?
Yes, the arsehole with its discoloured flaps.
Correct.
Yes.
Am I the arsehole?
Yes.
Because I cut up the used baby blankets I put in my trash. Am I the arsehole because I cut up the used baby blankets I put in my trash?
You cut them up just to fit them. Well, let's find out, everybody.
Don't you know? Cut them up.
You've got to cut them up. Tamzanaki, speaking for the stream, says, "Hey,
Hey, you what, mate?
well, we're gonna find out."
On the next edition of Don't Get Me Started.
Fuck
Tune in
shit
next
store.
time.
I already thought you'd ended it then.
I could have done. That would have been fun.
That would actually, I'd have loved it. I think people have forgotten by next week what the fuck we were talking about.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And I don't want to end on two fake iters.
No.
Yeah.
You twat. Words that we've been saying to Jez for many years.
And people long before I even met all of you.
Yes.
Yes. About a year ago, my elderly, non-English speaking neighbour, Jessica, ATF, started going through our trash and salvaging items she deemed to be usable. She seems to be saying salvaging and usable very well for someone who's a non-English speaker. It has to be said. Like, what kind of non-English speaking elderly person uses the word salvaging and usable?
2 Jessicas in 3 Am I the Arseholes? Jessica's not a real name. I don't know anyone. Who's called Jessica?
I don't think anybody's actually called that. It is a name that would totally be generated.
It is an
by
arsehole
AI.
name.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
But what I will say, so effectively, the ATF, sprightly for an 80-year-old, is dumpster diving.
Yes. Thank you for TLDRing it. That was... Yes.
Yes.
Elderly, non-English speaking neighbour Jessica started going through our trash and salvaging items that she deemed to be usable. She will cut open bags and leave a horrible mess. We tried to install locks, but we went on vacation for 10 days and we came back to find the locks cut off and dumped in our recycling.
What?
I wonder who did that.
Fuck, what?
/sarcasm.
I'm telling her you said that.
Just play
Be my fucking guest.
the segment. Tell her to tune in.
Yeah, tell her to... You can play this bit where we say Jessica's a stupid fucking name and anyone who's called Jessica is a twat.
Especially if they don't watch Don't Get Me Started.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good aim with a sponge, though.
Yeah. She's a good sponger. That does sound like that she's like taking things off you and doesn't pay away or something. She's a good sponger.
Yeah,
She
she's
sponges really well.
good at it. Built up quite a haul being a sponger.
Yeah.
Massive bank account.
I am I'm amazed that someone's like, hold on, this person's put a lock on their own bin.
bins.
So when they go away, I'm going to not subtly cut it off with a huge fucking...
And not put it in my own recycling. I'll put it in their recycling.
Just so they know. By the way...
This lock seemed to be in the way of the bin, so I've cut it off for you and put it in your recycling.
Dicky Sponge. Dicky Sponge, anyone?
Is that a spotted dick?
It's a Dictoria sponge.
A bit like American Pie, but the British version.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Yes.
Am I continuing now?
Please.
Okay. Recently, my 19-year-old cat, Bobo, great name for a cat, stopped using the litter box. My vet thinks it's because he passed a kidney stone in it, so now he has negative associations. We have an enclosed patio where Bobo has decided to go potty. And his piss is like acid because of his kidney issues, and it has eroded some of the wood. We tried to use puppy pads, but Bobo hates them. Got it? Acid piss cat. To solve the issue, we bought some 100% cotton baby blankets in bulk. Parentheses, biodegradable.
Baby blankets. When I think of a blanket, I think of something that isn't like biodegradable, like a big quilt.
Well, when I think of something that's 100% cotton, I'm not fully convinced that that is as biodegradable as you would like.
No.
Really?
They
How
need
long
to give
does
it
it
less
take
sugar.
for a t-shirt to like rot away?
Like, I don't know.
I'm not sure that is true.
But at
Citation
any rate,
needed.
They
certainly.
bought a load of these
They
baby
bought
blankets.
in bulk a bunch of cotton baby blankets.
Right.
I assume they mean like muslin cloths. Yeah. Other denominations of blanket are available.
Like those star blankets.
Hmm.
I mean, that's it. I mean, it means nothing to me.
Baby blankets in bulk, biodegradable, and we throw them out after they are horribly soaked in pee and poop.
Ah ha ha! The joke's gonna be on the stupid old woman.
Parentheses, we flush the poop. Okay. We tried washing the blankets, but my cat is going through kidney failure, so his pee is extremely rank, and the blankets stay stinky forever and stink up our washer and dryer. So in the trash they went.
Yes, so there's no point in doing this. It's now time for them to go.
Well, guess what goes missing every garbage day?
Ha!
Our disgusting kidney failure soaked cat pee unwashable blankets.
Well put, by the way. That's well summed up.
Yes, I'm not a big fan of using hyphens, but all of that was hyphenated, and I am all for it. Kidney failure soaked cat pee unwashable blankets.
Yeah, poor old cat.
I was so horrified for Jessica that I decided to cut the blankets into tiny pieces so they can't be used again. Then, the other day, Jessica's daughter, Jamie, 55F.
Jamie?
Oh. Jam, i.e. Jammy.
Ah.
The other day, Jessica's daughter, Jamie, came over and yelled at me for cutting the blankets. That her mother was cold and wanted to make a quilt out of them.
Mother is so cold. Little mother needs your blankets. So she's buy her own fucking blankets.
Yeah.
Because everything she needs comes out of your trash.
She doesn't buy anything. She's not bought anything ever. She was waiting for this day where she would move into a neighborhood with bins that were left unattended and unlocked. And even if they are locked, she'll fucking get in there.
My mother needs your piss blankets. Fuck me.
I was absolutely disgusted by this.
As we all are.
But I still refuse to set aside the piss blankets for Jessica. Am I the arsehole for cutting up the baby blankets before throwing them away?
I mean, how could you possibly be the arsehole for doing whatever the fuck you want with your own stuff, your own shit?
Own rubbish.
How on earth? What sort of level of entitlement must somebody else have that they feel they're entitled to literally the soiled shit that you want to throw out? That's on a level I've never known. How could you possibly be the arsehole?
It's a very
I
good
fucking
question.
bought it. I'll do what the fuck I want with it. I don't care if I buy it and immediately throw it in the bin. She'd want that, though.
Definitely
But she, ATF, is the arsehole. Jessica. Like all the Jessicas we know. Like so many terrible Jessicas. Jessica's a terrible name. The only good Jessica is Jessica Fuck you! Okay. fine.
Incorrect.
Jessica.
Rabbit.
Jessica Rabbit. Fair enough. Jessica Fletcher and Jessica Rabbit. They are the only Jessicas that are acceptable Jessicas. Let the word go forth from this time and place. Yes.
Next news, she was attacked by a peacock and a sentient necklace.
Yeah. Hello.
More on this in Eyewitness News from 9. TLDR, I bought baby blankets for my elderly cat to pee on, and I cut them into tiny pieces in order to stop my elderly neighbour from stealing them to make a quilt. Cut my blanket into pieces. They smell like ranking piss.
Suffocation.
Edit. Added the ages of Jessica and Jamie, and gave more detail on the destructive power of Bobo's piss.
The destructive power. 3 mana, tap to
So
do
bad
5 piss damage.
that it erodes the wood.
It's
Yeah.
certainly eroding my wood. This is going to be a difficult wank, I can tell you.
But challenge accepted, I'm sure.
Well, let's press the cunt button.
Okay. I mean, we already pressed that and then we came back again. We didn't actually leave.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But I assume you mean one of the stamps.
Yeah, so how's it phrased? Am I the arsehole for, like, doing what the fuck I want with my own shit?
That is it, yes. Am I the arsehole because I cut up The used baby blankets I put in my trash.
No! How could you possibly... Why are you even asking? We might as well have named this kind of like, my fucking crazy neighbour. Let's all have a laugh. No one in the world is ever going to think that you are the arsehole. You're not the arsehole. That's what you wanted, wasn't it? And I got there in the end. I was beside myself, Jeremy.
You said no, and I pushed the button, and then you kept talking. I'm like, right, I guess I'm holding my finger on this and seeing if that works, and it did.
Oh, amazing!
So there you go. Yeah, like I think she is the arsehole. To be honest, you're wrong, but why?
I think she is not. But is this she is the woman?
She is the
the old lady.
Like Jessica might be the arsehole, but this isn't pick the arsehole out of the group. It's the thing. Well, I did say. We'll say it again.
Like she is spending time doing something ridiculously gross.
But she is the arsehole because, my God, she is cutting up pissy, shitty blankets. I mean, I can see your point there, actually. Why do you give a fuck if Jessica is taking your pissy blankets? Her house is going to smell like cat piss.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I mean, what can you do to someone? What can you give the person who already has pissy blankets in their house? You know, it must be hard to buy a present for that.
You might be able to save yourself the effort and just deliver the pissy blankets to her doorstep.
I think you should just piss directly onto her bed while she's in it.
Just let the cat free in the house for a bit.
Just like leave the cat. Listen, get it directly from the kidney destroyed source.
Yeah, you would save your patio.
Why not let Jessica have them?
What's that, Bobo? You need a piss? In you go.
Piss in here. How weird.
Spray paint piss tent on the side of
it. Well, that brings us to the end of this installment of Don't Get Me Started.
I would like to say it's probably one of the most random episodes of Don't Get Me Started that we've done, but there's certainly some competition, and they're all pretty random and nuts. Yeah.
Do you know what interests me? Is just like, what did we say? Where are we? 164 now.
164, yes.
Like, we're so much closer to 200 than we were. Do you know what I mean? Because you remember when we were at 100 and we were like, I don't know, will we ever get to 200? 200 seems so far away. But now it just feels like, I mean, I know we're still like 36 episodes, but time moves on, Jeremy.
That's how time works,
yeah.
I still think we're on target for like next April or something like that. Is when 200 is going to be.
I have to think about it. That's true. Next time you see us, it will be Positivity Month, the month where Jeremy must love dogs. In recognition about this, Tamsin has bought this wonderful I Love Dogs t-shirt that he has to wear. I still cannot type. It's okay, we knew what you meant. Sometimes we go out of our way to understand people. There you go. Well, listen. Before you press the button to stop this, because this is the last time you'll say for at least a month how much you hate dogs or whatever, given that you're going to have to love on dogs now, is there anything you want to say to take us out?
It's a lot of pressure. I mean, I've got 30 plus years of dog hate to condense into one single moment. So I think what I will probably say is, Tamsin, I still hate dogs. And if you keep buying me t-shirts like this, I might get a dog that has kidney failure and let it come and piss in your house. Fuck, shit,